Or I'm not sure if it had to do with the rapture.
Chat. Hi.
Oh, okay. So what is it? If you guys don't know, so what happened was that this is something my mom told me a couple of years ago, and some people know about it. So basically, what happened was that there was this couple in the back of I think a gas station or something that got caught. They were going around selling tickets to get into heaven.
Oh,
golden
I know.
tickets.
Oh, why? I know this one. This is much newer.
Please, please don't tell me people fell for that.
Oh yeah, they got they got some sales.
People fell for that.
Not a lot of sales, but they got some sales.
Oh my god.
Everybody was just like, what do you,
It was like Tito something was the guy's name.
And it's just
sad.
It was in Florida of all places.
Okay, that makes sense.
That was the start of Florida, man. Hi everyone, we're streaming. Hi, everybody say hi.
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 It's always Florida with these people.
Always Florida. Hi, Kim. Welcome to the Rapture Talk.
Speaking of Rapture, the next video I wanted to show you guys, I found this guy because he talked about Breaking Bad characters after I stopped watching Breaking Bad because it was over, and I started listening to his videos. And one that I listened to that I really liked is him talking about analyzing evil for Andrew Ryan. And I want to watch it because it's good, but I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think Andrew Ryan is evil? If you think yes... Oh, go ahead.
Never heard of him.
You've never heard of Andrew Ryan. Okay.
I'm not cool to be a React streamer, so I am playing all of it.
No. Okay. Magma, have you heard of Andrew Ryan?
I remember hearing the name. I forget the person attached.
You guys never played.
Okay. I have.
Andrew Ryan. That's where
I know it's okay. For the record, it's Ayn Rand is the original.
Andrew Ryan, a man
Atlas Shrugged.
Yes. So, I ask because I want to ask you guys if you think he is evil or if he is a good person.
I would not say a good person.
I would say
I've never played Bioshock.
he's not entirely evil, but he's nowhere near good.
Okay. Why would you say that?
Oh, because of the fact that the society he created and the precedents that he did was entirely flawed, and he did not actually refuse to see the flaws in his own creations. He also kind of made it a little bit totalitarian, ignoring also the fact of little girls and Eve and all that.
Okay.
Well, that one
remember, he's not the one who did the shit with the little sisters. He just kind of took over when he arrested what's his face.
Yeah, he's still allowed it though.
Yeah.
Well, it was a bit more than that because technically speaking, he did not want to stand back on his morals or what he's even if he did not fully agree with it or care about it.
A pure libertarian society.
I'd say maybe pretty close. Anyway, we're gonna play this video. I think it's a good video. This is by the Vile Eye Analyzing Evil, Andrew Ryan.
Let me pause my game and put this recording up for everybody. The stream up for.
Okay. This guy also doesn't share audio from the game or really any TV show, which kind of sucks when there's good quotes. But I kind of understand why. It probably doesn't want to get copyright struck.
Play Bioshock now. It's such a great game.
We need to replicate his society. I want firepower.
Fair statement.
Episode of Analyzing Evil, featuring our patron pick for March 2022, Andrew Ryan from the Bioshock series. A self-made industrialist with a grand dream of a society free from the limitations imposed upon him by the power structures of mankind, Andrew Ryan serves as a shadowy antagonist throughout the first Bioshock game. A man at the helm of a once prosperous city that's begun to decay under the weight of his own ambitions. In this video, we're going to explore the conditions that led to the degradation of Rapture, the inherent flaws present in Andrew Ryan's character, and the system he implemented that led to the collapse of his utopian dream, not long after it became a reality. To accomplish this, we're
As always, by the way, tell me if you want to stop the video to discuss.
going to be looking at the information about Andrew and Rapture that were given in the first game, as well as the novel, Bioshock, Rapture. And while it does contain a couple contradictions in the story, it does serve as a worthy addition to this series, one that gives us quite a lot of useful information to examine when looking into Andrew's character. But before we begin, let's first talk about our sponsor for this video, Keeps. Keeps is in the 2 out of $30 and stim 1,000 afterpay treatment. Their prop 24 stock.com/VI. Now without further ado, let's begin.
That was perfect.
The name Andrei Ryanovsky, a child born in the
doing
first
my
decade
Virgil
of the
fight right now,
20th
don't mind.
century in a village outside of Minsk, in Belarus, which was then a part of the Russian Empire. When the Bolsheviks came to power in 1917 after the October Revolution, Andrei and his father fled their home country, fearing the terror that was the new repressive
Like the
regime
stream, yes, like the
that
stream,
forcefully
chat.
taken the reins of power from a brutal, autocratic empire. During their flight, young Andrew would unfortunately bear witness to the deaths of his aunt and uncle, who were also trying to flee the country, watching as they were gunned down before his eyes, as they attempted to board a train to Constantinople with Andrew and his father. This experience caused Andrew to harbor a deep-seated hatred for the Bolshevik government, a hatred that managed to supersede the ill feelings he had towards the previous regime due to his first-hand experience, brutality, and youth. Wishing to afford themselves better lives, Andrew and his father fled to the United States in 1919, seeking the freedom and prosperity that so many others had encountered there. It was here that Andrew began to taste of a better life, a life that was created by great men that had laid the foundation for a society dedicated to liberty and the pursuit of happiness. A new world where one could prosper simply by exerting their will upon it and manifesting their desires through their own determination. And in the light of this comparative paradise, Andrew Royen prospered, exponentially so, after oil was found on his property, a fountain of wealth that he took from to sow its riches elsewhere, wisely investing his money in several different business ventures, namely his own company, Royen Oil, the coal industry, and in the railroad system, eventually acquiring the second largest railroad in the country for his own, ventures that left Andrew one of the richest men in the country. Yes, life in America was indeed fruitful.
These are all details that, like, you don't actually know, because, like, when you first play Bioshock, you think that he's, like, this big, evil, scary guy that's just in charge of the city. But, like, when you learn more about his backstory, I didn't know that he, like, was, like, well, I mean, like, okay, it makes sense how he was able to get as rich as he was. It's just, like, you don't think to yourself, how is this guy, like, in charge of the entire city? Like, who did he kill in order to get there? And I just thought it was really neat to learn that he, like, owned one of the biggest trains in the U.S. in order to get there. It makes a lot of sense, I'll be honest with you.
Simple stuff. Either killing or you just got lucky.
So basically just normal life.
Pretty much.
He got lucky with the oil reserve.
But I should say, I've never seen anything about Bioshock. This is literally my first time.
Play the game.
Bioshock.
I will tell you, this is massive spoilers for the entire game.
It is the
But
Oh well. Oh well, I have the memory of a goldfish. I'll like subconsciously remember bits and pieces later.
yeah, pretty much.
Fruitful for Andrew Royen, and his faith in the country that had made this life fruitful stayed with him until a new administration that stood in stark contrast to his personal ideals formed in Washington. You see, Andrew's experience in his home country had scarred him to the point where he absolutely distrusted all forms of government and the people that they were made up of. And from that scarring came ideas and observations that would shape Andrew Royen into a man totally dedicated to self-determination and free will. Through years of exposure to many different aspects of the world, Andrew came to the conclusion that there was one thing underpinning every power structure in the world that served as the source of all the misery that had been or will be inflicted upon the human race: altruism. For those unaware, the simplest definition of altruism is the belief in or practice of disinterested and selfless concern for the well-being of others, which would make each and every one of us an altruist to a certain degree, as I'm sure everyone watching this video cares for at least one person in their lives in a selfless way. On an individual level, I doubt that Andrew...
If we just get rid of altruism, we'll all be as, like, successful as Andrew Royen.
I guess the problem is because I know a lot of this, so I'm gonna. Did people not know this? It's like, you know, like,
What?
I keep forgetting that like I know all this because like I've played all the Bioshocks.
Yeah.
I'm actually that crazy person that reads all those documents.
Oh, you read all the little things?
Yeah, I read everything in that game.
Yeah.
I learned all.
I unfortunately, well, I mean, I still haven't played Bioshock to the end. I played Infinite because that was the one I was allowed to play when I was a teenager, but like I still need to go through all of the original ones.
Also read Atlas Shrugged.
I joke, but that was his philosophy. I know that's what his philosophy is. But yeah, I do need to play them eventually.
Caring for people.
Everyone's cringe.
Ryan didn't hate altruism; he hated charity. There,
Yeah.
I'll be right back. By the
No.
way.
Which
Ryan?
is
Royen?
in his eye. Yeah.
No, I was saying Ryan Royen. You were the Bioshock guy all along.
Where I was.
That's a different kind of.
I don't like my rival fight. Ah.
Playing Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
thought you were gonna
said
play.
No, I had to go put something in the freezer, and I started my oven so I could make pizza.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute. Dang.
No, all right, we'll play now.
Has a problem with a person adhering to altruism, as one can't be a parent or a lover without being altruistic in some way.
Oh, happy
but what
birthday,
Andrew is vehemently
Big.
against is a concept that we're all familiar with, the greater good. Andrew Ryan doesn't believe in a greater good. He doesn't view the world or the people in it as a cohesive society whose interests are best served when we all work together to make the world a better place. So much so that when the government of the United States requested that a forest he owned be nationalized, Andrew burnt it down so he could prevent what he calls the parasites from prospering off of what he believed was rightfully his and his alone. No, Andrew Ryan believes in the individual.
Fuck
the will of
listen.
man.
Fuck the United States. They want to turn the forest I own into a national park. I'll burn it down before they get to it.
Wait a minute. I did not know she did judgment cuts. Only I'm gonna get that.
Wait, what are you playing?
Mike's upset.
Oh, have fun.
And his
My
ability to create for
My
himself
flax is
anything that
almost
Me,
done
who has no
growing.
idea what judgment
Yes.
cuts are.
Judgment cuts
are-
are Virgil's from Devil May Cry's big signature move. The big AoE cut thing he does, and then it's the
I've
songs.
never played Devil May Cry.
All right, I need you to go to Steam right now and play Devil May Cry 3.
Listen. I said this every single time anybody asks me. Outside of Nintendo, I don't know any of these games.
You can play it now. It's available on Steam. All of them. They're for a pretty good price.
Okay, I'll think about it in the future.
You're not gonna do it at all.
They also
I
wanted to
watched the
clear
anime
away
you
his
told me.
railways to be government owned. That makes sense too. Yeah, I mean, like if my government wanted to take away my railways, I'd say fuck you.
Listen, I'll do it because I actually have been looking into doing Devil May Cry, but those things cost money.
She is right. They do cost money, Royen.
Money is important nowadays.
Yeah, you can probably.
Unfortunately, Steam doesn't let you convert your tokens into cash.
What about?
Indeed. All right, let's
That will
continue.
forever
he
load.
so desires. And it's through this will and this ability that Andrew believes society should be structured, that the freedom to do as one pleases and sees what one desires be unregulated and unhindered by any laws, morals, or obligations imposed upon them by others. Now Andrew and his ideals draw heavily upon the novel Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand, specifically a character in that novel named John Galt, a man who convinces the elite of the industrial world to retreat to a safe haven known as Galt's Gulch, a place where they'd be free of the repression of regulation
So I
so
am
they could
not that
operate
old.
according to their full potentials. However, Andrew's character isn't an exact mirror of Galt's, nor is he a true representative of Ayn Rand's philosophy. Instead, his beliefs present themselves as a mix between Rand's philosophy and the philosophy of Friedrich Nietzsche. We'll talk about the Nietzsche aspect of Andrew's philosophy a little later on in this video, but let's talk about Atlas Shrugged and Ayn Rand before we continue any further. Now, Ayn Rand's philosophy is known as objectivism, and I encourage you to read Atlas Shrugged, The Objectivist, or any of her other works to get a better understanding of objectivism. But for the purposes of this video, a short summary which lays out 5 core beliefs of this philosophy that we can find on AynRand.org will suffice. And those 5 are: follow reason, not whims or faith, work hard to achieve a life of purpose and productiveness, earn genuine self-esteem, pursue your own happiness as your highest moral aim, prosper by treating others as individuals, trading value for value, Now, this certainly represents a good part of Andrew Ryan's own philosophy, but there are several things that he does in Rapture that directly contradict objectivism, and we're going to review those contradictions. But we first need to take a tour through Rapture and cover the events that transpire there to better understand how this philosophy relates to Andrew's. Now, Andrew had always held these ideals within him, but as time wore on, they only expanded to the point where he believed that there was no place on Earth where a man like him could be truly free. Nowhere.
He's wrong. Ryan was based on Any Hand herself, as his name is an anagram of her name.
Yeah.
Who is Any Hand?
Any Hand is a character, I believe. Also, that might be.
Oh wait, now I remember. I think
Uncle.
isn't Bioshock the reason why the 3D model industry is as
Yes.
advanced as it is?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Really?
that's my only fact. That's the fact that's the only fact I
Yeah,
remember
when they
about
they
Bioshock.
were super. They made a really good stuff for that. A lot of stuff.
What program?
Bioshock Infinite to be
All
particular.
of it. Yeah, Infinite.
It
It
that's one
wasn't
of
the game. It was.
So basically, there
the
was a
mod
character that
ones.
was so hot in Bioshock that it revolutionized 3D porn.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
That's like the only fact I know about the game.
I forgot to add Akko to the stream together.
Oh no.
Well, I'm trying to get away from scary things.
Why do I
That's
need
like the
mortar to
only
make
Bioshock.
brick?
No, I'm just.
Damn
I'll send you
you.
the invite when you're there.
Like I said,
That's
like
because
the
you're
only
playing
game.
a vintage story, and everything is complicated in vintage story. Also, I am struggling in my rival fight right now.
It's not like I have 100 mortars saved up because I need to fire clay bricks.
Yeah, I DM'd it to you. Feel free to join
Yes,
whenever.
Elizabeth. Okay, that's what her name was, Elizabeth.
Oh yeah, Elizabeth was great.
In the world where a person could operate as they wish with impunity, and because there was nowhere to run, so to speak, Andrew felt that the only possible solution to these worldly issues was for a person to create such a haven, manufacture a new world, untouched by the creeping hands of overbearing authority. And so the idea of Rapture was born out of Andrew's experiences, including his flight from his home country and the aftermath of the October Revolution, FDR's administration, and his New Deal, the Second World War, and the one event that would hasten Andrew's desire to make his vision more than a fantasy, the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Before, Andrew had stewed in silence, envisioning a golden utopian city that seemed an impossible endeavor that was nothing more than a dream. However, when those bombs fell, something was born from Andrew's desire for freedom, fear. With knowledge of this horrible event, and more knowledge still, that other countries in the world were attempting to build their own arsenals, Andrew foresaw the doom of humanity, a doom brought upon by his ultimate enemy, altruism, the desire to shore up the common good
Also, I know
that
vintage
led
stories
to
better
nations
than
protecting the
Minecraft.
majority at the expense of the individual. This terrible premonition focused Andrew's efforts entirely on seeing his dream become a reality, and though it might have seemed an impossible feat, Andrew was the type of man who believed in the will of man and the unlimited potential of that will, and there's no one's will he had more belief in than his own. So began the arduous task of building Rapture, a monumental endeavor that Andrew sought to carry out in secret, covertly recruiting engineers, architects, and laborers to build a massive city underneath the waves, untouched by the corpulent hand of the parasitic altruists who served as a plague on the surface world. And this is, as far as we know, the beginning of the evil that spills forth from the dream of Andrew Ryan. In the Rapture novel, we're privy to the way in which Rapture was built, a complex construction of buildings made of concrete infused with metal, and an intricate system of airlocks, drains, and piping systems that fuels this city through the power of a nearby volcano. A city with windows made with glass that was combined with metal, a substance that was specifically engineered to handle the weight of the tons of water bearing down upon them. These technological marvels are just that, marvels, but their construction came at a heavy price. Because this was an entirely new undertaking that no one else had ever attempted before, there were bound to be kinks of some sort, and those kinks came in the form of many, many deaths. The true number
This is a
is
side topic, but the look of old Bioshock is so crazy. It just like so old.
It looks like Portal.
I
Well, it's
forget
that
Portal
era.
1?
It's that era.
Just Portal.
Was
Yeah.
Bioshock 1 made 2006 or 2007?
I can't remember.
It was 2008, I believe.
Was it 8?
It was.
No, it was 8 because I remember it was in the new. It was
My
in
brother
the
had an
Nintendo
Xbox
console.
360. Yeah, you can't knock him off the stage. Look,
I can.
I feel. I'm so locked in, but because I know all this about BioShock, I just know this is.
2007, August
2007.
2007.
Yeah, because it was in August. It was like late. Yeah, no.
Fair
It was
enough.
at that time because I think Portal came out a little around the same time.
Mm-hmm. Which chest has
I have
the
enough
orange
Probably
terracotta?
not.
And don't worry, cause you can't knock him off the stage. Master. In fact, I didn't want to knock him off the stage. I wanted to have them in front of me so I could smack him.
Never given to us, but it's highly likely that dozens died constructing Rapture. Now, the novel addresses this issue at a few different points, but where it really matters is when Andrew is speaking to Bill McDonough
Exactly.
on the subject, that few gargantuan undertakings
Hey, I
that
saw
have
you
been
caring for that. I saw you caring for your coworker that just died. You're off the team.
Not the kindest thing here, not about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to get back to work on Monday and also Tuesday as well.
You're good for weekends, right? Right?
Exactly.
I saw you caring for your coworker that just died. That's a deduction for $1 million.
Or you want paid time off? We don't do that, right?
Altruist, you need maternity leave.
And the bot? Is it a bot?
They come
Okay.
out,
Oh, is
get
it
a stick
actually
in
a
their hand, They
bot?
can start working.
The bot.
Listen, if it
Oh,
keeps
there it is.
spamming, I'll ban it.
been made a reality up to that point in time had been seen through to completion without some number of deaths occurring amongst the ranks of the laborers working on these projects, which is true, and the example he uses here is that of the Panama Canal, a project that cost the lives of 25,000 men. But
You know
just
what?
because
Maybe we
something
should
is
be done
true
there.
doesn't make it right. And the fact that 25,000 men died to construct the Panama Canal doesn't mean we've taken that as the cost of doing business. Rather, over time, we've seen the error of misusing human lives in order to construct things, and we've taken steps to prevent unneeded deaths from occurring. Workplace accidents still occur all across the world, and workers are still abused to this day. But on the whole, we've markedly improved the way in which we handle massive projects like Rapture, and sending men to their deaths in order to fulfill
Thanks,
the
kid.
requirements of a project is no longer the standard or something to be looked over. Now, considering the time period which this story takes place, you could almost excuse the attitude Andrew Royen has towards the deaths of his workers as being a common thing amongst industrialists. But everybody's doing it isn't exactly the best excuse for throwing away people's lives. And to add insult to injury, Royen tries to calm Bill's nerves by ensuring him that they are taking safety precautions. But those precautions are only being used
I need
to
these
protect the lives of skilled laborers, as if the lives of unskilled laborers somehow mean less. And unfortunately, in
They-
Andrew Ryan's eyes,
Unfortunately, they do.
this would serve as
fucked
an
up,
ill
but they
omen, a sign of the events that would soon play out over the course of
Yeah, right,
Rapture's
Virgil.
history. But before we get there, I think it's best that we discuss yet another decision made by Andrew that we can count as another harbinger, inviting certain misunderstood
We double the
people
effort now
be
to
a
abuse
part
workers?
of his glorious
I guess it
utopia.
depends.
Andrew's philosophy gives him the inclination to gravitate towards people who show themselves to be full of strength and spirit, knowledgeable and talented men and women
Thank you for
who
the
have
2.
potential
Bod
for
gay.
greatness,
Hell yeah.
men and women who show that they have what it takes to act upon the will of man, inherent in their DNA. That isn't necessarily a bad thing, but Andrew has the tendency to view the more negative aspects of a person's character as untapped potential when they show themselves to be the kind of person he likes to associate with. Take Sander Cohen, for example. Nearly every character in this story recognizes Sander as being a bit off, or downright creepy. Andrew does too, to a certain extent, but he sees him more as eccentric and misunderstood, a genius whose capabilities are being repressed by a society who doesn't understand him. And
Listen, okay, so you'll probably forget this by the time you play BioShock anyway. Sander Cohen is a plastic surgeon that will do horrific experiments on humans in order to make them look pretty.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he was better.
He definitely
not
acts like he
that
is one.
It's not that objective as Kendra.
Listen. Some of these games, listen. Some people will make games and be like, I made him the cruelest, meanest person, the creepiest person around. But don't you dare mistake my character for being a pedo.
Me right in my vineyard. No.
I forgot that I had this all exploded down here.
It didn't even drop ingots.
Skill issue.
This
I need more brick.
is useful.
Oh, she had three. She had three.
And because Andrew believes in the unlimited possibilities in the world, he sees this as a crime against a person who's willing to exert his will upon the world
Wrong
and
guy.
go beyond what others
Oh,
expect
is
of him.
Cohen not? Is
But
that
in
not
actuality,
Cohen?
he's a crazed psychopath.
He was.
whose
Oh,
worst
that's right. He was a
impulses
surgeon.
are being
Right.
put in check by that very society, or more appropriately,
doing everything
the
the fuck
laws
you
that
want
threaten to
now.
imprison him should he act on his twisted desires. Much the same can be said for people like Dr. Tannenbaum,
Wait,
Dr. Sutong, and Dr. Steinman, three characters who are known in the outside world for either their unhinged minds or the horrid things they did to people. And this is yet another component of the evil of Andrew Ryan, as he's not just simply
Hold that
turning
shit!
a blind eye to
Sorry.
the barbaric practices of these people. He's
Yeah.
looking at these actions
Come on.
and recognizing them as untapped potential
Yeah, it's fine.
that other men and women
Wait.
who cling to petty morality, as he calls it, are blind
Petty
to see.
morality.
Can murdering people
Well, if
and
I gotta-
covering them in plaster
gotta mute
to pose them
myself
as
a minute.
statues be seen as art? Sure. Can kidnapping people to experiment on, or using the poorest
Confusing Cohen with Steinman? I might be.
I gotta mute myself for a second, chat. Sorry. For them. Congratulations, Spider. Finally, I felt your sting, and your bare truth, my pathetic empty shell. You always had a scent, child. You were no bug. Yours a life, and born entirely of thread. Life? You're too generous. This weak, wasting existence. This is not life. It's husk-shaped child. Yours was life, pale one. Do not confuse your unique creation with that. I have seen others make that same mistake. Latitude, Spider? From you, don't be gross. Come on, climb up and away. You've earned the audience with the divine. Face the Holy Mother who had fashioned so cruel a daughter as me. After all, it's you that you want, is it not? Oh shit! I didn't. I made a guess. I made a joke to do that. Platforming time. One to wish our waking. Better a child spun purer than them. From our silk, a child born loyal. That fuck was that? Okay, is that Terminus? Oh, this is where this is! Is that one area that I found earlier in the game and I just never know how to get up here? See? Also, I have like 2,000 materials. Alright, let's go find that bench again. Alright, I cannot... Okay, chat, between you guys and me, I cannot play this game and hang out in the chat like this, so I'm gonna switch games. If I did get to a boss, we're gonna switch games. I do have a game in mind. I have a game in mind. Don't worry. So we're gonna switch games real quick. Team, I do not have to think while playing. Yeah, I know what we're doing. I know what we're doing. That's why we changed it. Thanks, Kip, for cheering me on. I can unmute them now. Sorry. I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to. There's lore spoiler stuff, so I didn't want to.
But in Rapture, the community isn't allowed to interfere with any business practices whatsoever. Rather,
So
they're
if you're
only allowed
born
to
in
attempt to
Rapture,
edge out
you
a...
want to leave.
You can't.
Dang.
I thought there was people that left.
Uh,
Most just didn't want to leave, but
I think it wasn't so much as leaving as getting kicked to the curb.
yeah.
So this is being seen from a biased perspective. It's seen from the perspective of a guy who wants to analyze the evil of these characters.
It's gonna be his perspective of evil, so it's his bias towards it.
Yeah.
It's bias, but it's an interesting bias.
Oh, my pizza just.
Anytime you analyze morality, it's always gonna be biased towards the person doing the analyzing. You can't.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to get a pure, objective opinion on morality.
My oven just dinged. I'm gonna go put my pizza in. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Yay. Magma, we've got an hour.
we have less than an hour.
Hour to what?
Jump ship.
You just playing Jump Ship?
Hey, yeah,
I have never played it. I just finished the prologue earlier.
It's a good game.
it is a good game. I'm breaking 2 of my friends to torture you.
Of course you are.
Yay, the foundation of my windmill's done.
Unfortunately, I am girl gamer. I forbid you from yelling at me. I will
You're
play
gonna be our
very
captain.
badly.
Got it.
Listen, all I did throughout the entire tutorial was jump around everywhere. And then I got lost finding the front of my ship twice. But it's interesting.
No, the game is fun. It's the 0G combat mixed with the ship fighting, mixed with the transition between ship fight, 0G, and ground combat is amazingly fluid.
That I can agree with. I did keep shooting people. I just kept shooting. I just kept shooting everything. I like to shoot things.
Shooting things is not a bad thing. Hey, my parsnips are done. Most of my
Goodness,
partnerships are
tutorial.
done.
I'm trying to get
And
this
my
to
flat-
start. If
My
not, we'll play
flat's
something else.
almost done. I almost. Oh, the flat surface is coming. Yes.
This doesn't work. I have another game.
What games you playing?
I'm just killing time with games.
Oh,
I just can't play like Silk Song and react to anything. It's really hard.
No, for sure.
A
God
business
damn, can the
by
ghost have
creating a
babies
competing business
already?
of
You're
their
already
own,
pregnant,
so that the
just give
market
birth.
will sort it out through competition. Andrew doesn't
What?
like Shep's business practices,
Oh, it
but he
takes
defines
20
his
days
position on
when-
the
when
matter
an
by
animal gets
making
pregnant,
this
it takes 20
statement.
days from when it gives
It's
birth.
not really a business practice I admire, but the great marketplace is like a thriving jungle, where some survive and become king of their territory, and some don't. It's the way of nature. Survival of the fittest weans out the weaklings. Gravenstein, I advise you to find some means of competing, or move out. The problem with this statement is that it doesn't account for Gravenstein's capabilities. He clearly isn't able to set up a competing garbage business with Shep, for various reasons, so why should he be made to suffer because of his inability to provide the
Okay, I
capital
gotta ask,
or
is
manpower?
Wolfenstein connected to Bioshock?
No.
No.
In
No.
any way? Okay. That's
Wolfenstein is based off of a fictional scenario where the Nazis win.
Dang.
Bioshock
Okay,
is post World War II, like
Ah.
1960s or 70s.
Okay, okay. I always
Oh,
thought they were
Akko, I
connected,
lost
that's
you.
why I asked.
No.
What?
I lost you in the stream.
Oh.
Like,
Just ask me on Twitch because when you give me that link, it's kind of wonky.
Right, oh fine. Just for you.
Because I use Brave browser.
I mean, so do I.
I don't
I have
use Chrome.
I have a singular browser for. I mean, it still says they're shared.
Wolfenstein is connected to Doom. It is not.
So Doom guy is like Borchkovich's one of the main characters, and like great grandson, I believe. But that's just like a fan theory.
I sent you the invite. Because Brave is
well,
it's
listen.
working anyways. Who cares?
Oh, all right, it's working. Then don't worry about it.
I have a single Chrome browser that I play Grand Blue in. I think that's what's And I literally use that to run the
Let us continue.
To set up a competing business. This isn't an issue of regulation. This is an issue of morality. The only why here is for the sake of free markets and unhindered ambitions, which clearly leads to a paradox, because these completely unregulated markets allows the individual to impose their will upon others, to the point where you could view some of the actions taken by others as repression and tyranny. And we can find even more of this type of repression when taking a look at the low-level workers of Rapture and how they're treated. Andrew severely underestimated the labor force that Rapture would need to employ to take care of maintenance, construction, and other low-level jobs. As Bill points out in the novel, the people they'd need to hire to fill these positions might not take too kindly to a world with no unions or guaranteed pay, and he foresaw problems rising up because of these factors, not to mention the others that we've already discussed so far. Imagine this. You're a worker who's given the opportunity to work in a utopian city where the rules are few and the potential for greatness is high. Upon arriving in this city, you learn that these numerous possibilities for advancement are in fact quite limited for those who don't have the skills or the financial means to engage in such endeavors, which isn't unlike the surface world. But here, you don't have any way to do anything about the conditions you're forced to work and live in. Instead, you're forced to work for others for whatever pay they deem suitable for your efforts. And if you can't figure out a way to get yourself out of that situation...
Here's my thing. I don't care about the union bit there. All right? Like, all right, cool. Just find another job. There's bound to be somebody in Rapture that wants to pay good for my skill set. So I just don't agree with the premise. The entire premise here.
But the union, Akko,
Well,
the
tough-
union.
Fuck the unions.
Tough luck. Only the elite or the skilled enjoy prosperity in Rapture, and the rest are left to fend for themselves under the weight of the freedom they've been promised. This doesn't sound like the makings of a happy and prosperous society. It sounds like a powder keg, filling with gunpowder, waiting to be ignited by the tiniest spark. Andrew's willingness to ignore the suffering of others in favor of the freedom of an individual to do whatever they please without moral restriction is what I believe to be the Nietzsche component of Andrew's philosophy. Nietzsche was an advocate of an idea known as the will to power, which we're given a good definition of in his book Beyond Good and Evil. Anything which is a living thing and not a dying body will have to be an incarnate will to power. It will strive to grow, spread, seize, become predominant, not from any morality or immorality, but because it is living, and because life simply is will to power. Exploitation belongs to the essence of what lives, as a basic, organic function. It is a consequence of the will to power, which is, after all, the will of life. In short, the will to power is the energy that drives all life, the desire within every living being to acquire power, so to speak, power to enforce one's own will and advance one's own position on and within the universe. In the hands of Andrew Royen, this philosophy is taken verbatim and used in the purest sense. Any living being that has the will to do something should be allowed to do so without restriction, and if consequences arise from their behavior, those consequences will eventually be dealt with by another being that's willing to surmount these issues, specifically through the opportunity to do as they please in an unrestricted and unregulated free market, which is how Andrew has fused the philosophies of Rand and Nietzsche to form a set of ideals that serve as a detriment to the utopian society that he wishes to create. With these ideas backing everything that he does, he leaves no room for compassion for your fellow man, or any sense of common morality that prevents others from exploiting those less fortunate than them, to the point where even concepts like charity are seen as a betrayal of mankind and a product of the evil that is altruism. This philosophy created that powder keg I mentioned earlier, and there's no better spark for such a fragile situation than a subversive element amongst the ranks of Rapture. That element, of course, being the career criminal, Frank Fontaine. The degradation of Rapture can't fully be blamed on Andrew, as Frank plays a large part in its downfall. And he can't even be blamed for allowing Frank into Rapture, as no amount of background checks could have revealed this man's murky past. But Andrew can be blamed for the policies he implemented that allowed Frank Fontaine to achieve a success in the first place. By restricting free trade and a person's ability to leave Rapture, he created a demand for contraband items that would inevitably be filled by a man like Frank Fontaine, which is ironic considering that Andrew responds to the increasing requests from people close to him to ban plasmids by stating that prohibition never works. Yet he himself implemented a policy of prohibition against outside items, creating the same kind of criminal enterprise that real-world prohibition created. By creating a hostile work environment for lower-skilled workers, Andrew created unrest and set the stage for a character like Atlas to rouse the people into revolting.
Frank was hard to build Rapture. Yeah, he was part of it.
And by allowing morally backwards people into Rapture like Suchong and Tannenbaum.
What is this? This is learning about the evil, the alleged evil of Andrew Royen.
Analyzing evil.
Andrew put them in reach of a power-hungry man like Frank Fontaine, a man who, like Andrew, was undisturbed by the experiments they were undergoing, and used them to gain leverage over Andrew by creating plasmids, which would serve as the final nail in the coffin for Rapture. Andrew had allowed the manufacturing of drugs like cocaine in Rapture because to prohibit them would contradict his principles. The same reasoning applies to plasmids, except genetically modifying an entire population into veritable superhumans who are addicted to and dependent on these genetic modifications isn't exactly as innocent as letting someone indulge in a drug that puts a little pep in their step. All of these elements bring us to the final mistake Andrew Royen made that underpins every single one of the policies he implemented and the decisions he made, and that's the fact that Andrew ruled Rapture as a dictator whose dictatorial power was derived from the freedom he promised to his populace. And as that freedom increasingly started to wear on the vision he had for his city, Andrew began to resort to tyrannical measures aimed at curbing the continued unrest in Rapture, first with his constables that were loyal only to him and his vision for the city, then with security cameras and turrets designed to deter any would-be criminals, followed by a political prison where he interred any and all citizens of Rapture who dared to think outside the lines that Andrew had drawn, and finally by seizing Fontaine Futuristics in a hostile takeover and sinking Frank and those loyal to him to the bottom of the sea in a department store prison. And all of this tyrannical overreach by Andrew comes as a direct result of the type of
man
person
can't be
he
evil
is.
if coke flowed
Andrew
freely.
is a magnanimous man, a larger-than-life figure with innate charisma that draws people to his person, a man whose capabilities come from his own determination and will to achieve anything that he so desires. Some people are able to remain humble when they're gifted with these natural talents, but others still succumb to their own ego, and Andrew Royen is definitely a victim of his own ego. Companies named after him, statues lining the streets of Rapture to show everyone his grandeur, designs created by him to specifically cater to his tastes, and a man who believes that it's his right to own.
Unless he brings it up later, Andrew, I forget who said it, but Andrew also made sure that anyone who used plasmids after the acquiring of Fontaine futuristics are under his control. They're basically brainwashed.
Right.
I ate a poison mushroom.
Oh, I'm sorry for you to do that.
Oh, my health. Is that a bear? No, it's a wolf.
And possess everything he's ever touched, even if those things were brought into existence with the help of those willing to work for him and his dreams. No gods, no kings, only man. That's the slogan that welcomes newcomers to Rapture, a promise that the world they're about to enter is one of freedom and prosperity, unconstrained by church, state, and your fellow man. But that banner is misleading. As if it were true to the spirit of Rapture, it should read, no gods, no kings, only Andrew Ryan, the God King of Rapture. By the time New Year's Eve of 1959 rolled around, Andrew was now firmly in control of the fates of the citizens of Rapture. Well, those who were loyal to him, and his society was beginning to crack, as physical and metaphysical leaks in Rapture's hull began to form. And with all the negligence Andrew had displayed so far, it was always inevitable that such a grand utopian dream would crumble at his fingertips. By the time of Bioshock, Rapture had been reduced to a ruinous ghost of its former glory, and Andrew Ryan, an enigma locked away in the comfort of his industrious home in the heart of Hephaestus, waging a war of delusion against a man who seeks to turn everything he's built into his own personal fiefdom by using Andrew's own lab-grown progeny against him. Once our protagonist reaches his father, a showdown ensues where Andrew challenges his son to prove himself a man, not the slave he had been engineered to be by the traitorous Fontaine, but an individual with the will to resist the power imposed upon him by those that wish to exploit him. But in the end, Andrew's creations, Rapture, and his son proved to be his undoing. And at this end, who was Andrew Ryan? He was a man forced to experience misfortune in his youth, watching the horrors of the early 20th century world unfold before him. In viewing this misfortune, Andrew began to distrust all existing power apparatuses in our world as agents of altruism, an ideology that claimed to represent the good of the people, but one that, in his view, caused all the strife and misery that's been forced upon the human race since the beginning of their history. Fed up with the parasites of the world latching onto his glory and claiming it for their own, he envisioned a world where no man would have to suffer under the weight of another's impositions. A world where their will to enhance their own lives and carve their own path would be unhindered by religion, law, and morality. Thus Rapture was born, a paradise that might have been a utopia if it weren't for the many shortcomings of this inherently egotistical man, a man whose willingness to provide unlimited and unregulated power to any person who chose to live in his city resulted in the torture, maiming, and deaths of thousands of individuals as his vision tore apart at the seams under a flurry of jabs resonating from the fallacies present within the system he had built. Who knows what could have happened had Andrew provided some baseline necessities for his society? I think most of us can agree, no matter your views on society or economics, that a lawless world with no courts, no accountability, no morality, can't hope to persevere, even if those structures were to exist on a communal level. Andrew Ryan's vision for a utopian society of unregulated freedom is an admirable one. But no man-made construct is truly perfect, and like many other utopian ideals that have been put into practice in our own world, this one was doomed to fail for one crucial reason: the inherent faults present in mankind. And in this scenario, those faults presented themselves as an enormously inflated ego and unchecked selfishness, the core of Andrew Ryan that allowed evil to reign in Rapture without restriction. You could say that the evil that arose from the actions of Andrew Ryan weren't deliberate, that he never meant to be the indirect reaper of thousands of souls, but the fact remains that all the suffering that occurred in Rapture can in one way or another be traced back to Andrew Ryan. And it's for that reason that though his intentions may have been glorious, when put into practice, they resulted in a catastrophic amount of evil. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Analyzing Evil, and I hope...
Well, there you go. There you go. There you go. I think the other thing to consider is Ryan isn't just evil because of what he chose to do. He's evil because of some of the evil that he allowed to percolate in Rapture as he lived there, what he chose to just let happen.
Yeah, I think the statues kind of gave that away.
I guess it's my turn to submit a video.
What do you want to watch?
Just the YouTube watching stream.
As long as it doesn't have copyrighted music in it, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I forgot it was supposed to be about part of the stream is supposed to be about Gerard too.
Yeah, we'll get there
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
I think we'll let Royen choose something, and then we'll go to the completionist.
I want to watch a man who talks about the worst video game music.
Huh?
Maybe.
Angry video game nerd is right there.
The worst video game music of all time.
Oh, isn't that Yoshi's? Isn't that the Yoshi Island DS?
Okay, I'm grabbing his video.
Give me the resin. I need the resin. More resin. Thank you for the resin.
Giving it to you.
The worst video game songs. Oh gosh.
Oh, it's some peak content.
Again, does this have copyrighted music in it?
He is smart enough to cut a lot of it before it hits his own
All right. All right. My pizza comes out of the oven right now, actually.
Look, it's not
let me go
like they're
grab
hitting us with the old Allah het shallah.
Yeah, but let me go grab my pizza then.
I know.
We can work on this.
All right, Royen. If you get Akko a hit, you know what's gonna happen. We got.
If I get Akko a hit, I will give Akko $10.
I'll give Aka more than $10.
I don't know how much Akko makes from ad revenue for stream. Allah, inshallah.
Copyright. You were humming it.
Right.
Listen,
Oh,
listen.
shit, I
Have you
was thinking-
seen
I was
the Totally Not Mark incident? That thing was brutal.
It was.
I sang Under the Sea. I'm sorry, I got Aka demonetized.
Yeah, I don't think there's any Kingdom Hearts music in this. We're safe. Thanks for the follow, Zugswain. I've never watched. I mean, like I said, he's got his video up to not get demonetized, so I'm assuming he's got it pretty good about his own thing.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of his is fair game because he never plays it long enough to be a thing on the actual what's it called? On the actual video. Pretty sure he has his VOD up as well. The whole VOD of it. Which should be fine. There's actually a shockingly lack of Nintendo music in it.
To be fair, that makes sense. Nintendo is like weird. It's just weird when it comes to like copywriting music, because if it's Pokemon music, that's like Game Freak. It's never Pokemon that gets you. It's Game Freak that gets you.
Game Freak is 3 companies though.
Well, what is it? I mean, like when you get copyrighted, it's Game Freak that has like their name up front and center. But like Nintendo is like weirdly inconsistent about like their music. The music they'll copyright, because they'll leave all the Mario tracks up, and they'll leave all the Animal Crossing tracks up. Heck, they leave the Wii themes up for everyone to use forever.
Akko got
but
raided.
Don't get caught.
I was
But
gonna
don't get
say thank you
caught.
for the raid.
Oh,
Star.
raid,
Appreciate
raid,
it.
what happened?
I had to stop Kendra from going off for a second.
Oh.
You're fine.
Don't worry, Kendra. I understand. I'm an ad break. But no,
I
Akko,
do
you
have a
should
question. Where
you
did the
should
dog-
be fine. Like I said, he does have his whole VOD up, and this video was edited, so it's not like it's full on songs of it, so it's not should be fine. Akko, how much you let me know how much I mean, you let me know how much money you if you get this if you have to, unless you have to cut it out.
Yeah.
You let me know, Akko. I'll donate it to you.
All right, sounds good.
God is angry
I'm a
at me
taco
today.
now?
God dang.
And I'm not
Oh,
counting
snap.
super chats. I don't have the money to cover those.
Now
I'm
you
very-
can
chats
cover
don't get
Akko's
claimed.
bills.
I'm very
Cover
specifically
Akko's
talking about.
bills.
Supers
doesn't-
don't get claimed. Thank you.
Akko doesn't live with
Good.
me, so I couldn't do. I mean, if Akko and I lived together, I would definitely help cover costs.
Check
Listen,
Lucky
I've heard stories on the
Discord.
internet. It's not impossible. You know what to do.
What you're saying? I mean, if I could do my job from where Akko lives, the irony is,
Yes, I'm a
I
taco.
could
Oh
wor-
wow, I'm a taco now.
Your taco. Yeah, I could work for
am a
Akko's
taco.
company and do the
I am
freight.
a taco.
Taco. Taco.
Taco taco.
I'm a taco.
All right, Akko.
Bonus points if people know what that means.
Mm.
Look at the taco.
Okay, we'll get
I'll
started with
sure.
this video now.
You know what? Get
Yay.
sharing the screen.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm holding on.
What am I holding on to?
I'm holding on to my keyboard.
That is
Oh.
an image of this man.
Oh yeah, it's Coney. So let me explain this man. This is Coney. He used to be a Smash commentator. He has said some cringe things occasionally, but for the most part, he is pretty good.
He's only half cringe.
I mean, he used to play Brawl, so he'll play the least cringe one.
That
Not
image is getting
bad.
saved forever.
Oh, did you screenshot it?
I did.
Oh no, that image clearly already exists. So I love this video. I like video game music, and so he played this. It was really funny to me because I was over the road when I was watching this, and I used a lot of this stuff in some of my videos now.
Okay. Thank you for your support. You're welcome, Star. Appreciate being turned into a taco. I am now a cheeseburger and a taco.
Oh, did you show them the art? Oh wait, that's what I
I-
can make my PNG for you for.
I showed it. I showed it last time. Yeah, but yeah. All right, let's get through this because otherwise, I do would like to try and watch some of the completionist documentary.
Fellas, video game music. Ever listen to it? I know that you do. If you're watching me, I know you're obsessed with video games. It's okay, everybody likes video game music. But you guys know all the good stuff, right? But what are the worst songs? What are the worst songs ever created and put in a video game? I asked my chat that very same question. And by the way, Crazy Bus is
Oh,
banned.
is this the worst? Oh yeah, this is the worst.
I think
Yeah,
you
this
can
is the
see
worst,
why.
yeah.
I
Oh
apologize
my
to
God.
all ear users. Let's run the bracket and find out the absolute worst video game song of all time.
Oh
Shall
my
we?
gosh, that was so bad.
Did you double the speed playing of this?
It's
is Ricky Martin.
1.25.
Is this not Livin' La Vida Loca? It's like the same thing.
How about you're missing out on the music?
It actually is. It literally is. Wait,
It's not that bad. It's only
This is a great
0.25.
song.
It's
I like
only a
this.
fourth
Alright,
I
let's
faster.
keep forgetting your come on.
Oh, that shit's kind of hot though. That's some heat. Miles kind of digging it too. Hold on. Wait, is this like a side quest in Miles Morales, where Uncle Aaron just sends you garbage ass productions? I think the votes have it. Next up. It does
What
sound like a
is
Flowey
this?
song, doesn't it?
I
It sounds
feel
very
like you
underground.
miss
Sounds like a
out on how
shopkeep, but wait.
peak some of this stuff is.
Oh, there-
All right, we'll
Okay.
turn it down then.
Because some of these songs they hit,
Okay, did not expect that. I didn't know it would go further.
their
All
proper
right, yeah.
speed is so
Down.
powerful. Yeah, they're done.
So is it supposed to be bad? It says
Here you go,
sabotage,
Akko.
right?
I am now fries.
You just think it's bad because it's Ed Sheeran doing a Pokemon song. I think it's fine, right? Payday 3 wins. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. This one isn't
Oh,
bad.
not Buck Bumble. Oh my gosh.
Bumblebee.
He's still existing. Now I have to rock with
You
Buck
got the
Bumble?
Biggity Buck Bumble.
Right
These are the
about
worst
now?
songs.
These are terrible. I love
All
them.
right, I had plans. I was busy, but... All right, that one's pretty
This is
good.
the only
I thought the
Shit, I
line
need to turn
remember
that
from
thing
that song. You get the Biggity Buck Bumble.
This is pretty. This one's not bad. I hate this fucking song. You need the context for this one? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and guess. Is this a song that plays and you can't turn it off? Okay, yes. Okay, got it. Like 6 times. It plays a billion times.
Oh, that is
Okay,
annoying.
maybe with the context I get it. Wait, is this the bad one?
Yeah.
What?
Is this for Chocobo Racing?
This
Oh
is
my
from
God.
Final Fantasy, I think.
Dude, wait,
13.
is this really a Chocobo song? Get to the point. Where's the Chocobo in? Here it comes.
I mean, this is definitely a Chocobo
It's not
song.
a Chocobo.
The
We get to the
Chocobo song of
part.
all time.
Indeed.
Oh, that was it. No way, that was it. That was the Chocobo part. It sounded like a ring of keys going down a pipe.
Sonic and the deep
All right, I don't know who did the seeding on this
That game
bracket.
almost bankrupted
This shit's kinda
Sega.
hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cause
I just love it. Whoever made this song
That
What's his
guy,
name?
that guy. I don't know. I literally memorized his
Oh my
entire
God,
name
that
because he's so
Oh
funny.
no, stop, slow down.
It's
slow
that
down,
guy.
Slow down, whoa.
Yeah, he's the
That
guy.
guy.
See,
Whoa.
Temp is technically
They
here,
lost
but
all
he's
the
not
song
here,
data
so
pre-launch
he
and
would
had to
know.
slap shit together
No doubt.
last minute. But wait,
I don't know
What if
why I
we
keep
had-
thinking Dan
Here it is.
the
Green.
mashup
The
of
remix.
century. You guys are saying stop, but I know this is you guys right now. That shit go kind of hard, actually. It goes hard on
Oh my
ears. I think it's
gosh,
this
that
one.
was so
I think this
bad.
one's a little bit too obvious. Obviously, Sonic Chronicles is bad, but the Chocobo theme is inspired.
Hey!
Oh yeah.
And if there's too many heads in my
guy-
blunt, I will spark it out,
Oh.
put it in my pocket and save it like rocket.
I hate it.
To everybody's gone,
Sure.
and it's cool. Then I spit
Dude, the beat
Sonic
is
guy.
beating this guy's ass.
Ken
This beat
Tenders,
is
that's what I
hard.
It
was
is
saying.
beating.
Ken
Ken
Tenders,
Tenders.
yeah.
that jungle on a hill. 'Cause this shit
On a hill.
First bit of milk.
turtle. My style fits tighter than a girdle. If you hate
I don't know
it,
why I
then you
forgot
just
Ken
leave it.
Tender's
Wait a
name. I always remember
Wait, this
his name
isn't
on
like
the fly.
an
He's too funny to
RPG
forget.
game? So like you're like going through your school tasks and this
I want to
This
let you know, by the
Persona
way,
one.
this kind of pizza that I made, it only has 4 pieces of pepperoni on it. It's disgustingly tiny.
That irritates me.
Just throwing out a
thinking
shout out
about
there
it.
in the middle.
How big is
Oh
that?
yes.
Of course, they're gonna include that song.
I played this game
What
and I don't
song is
remember
this?
this.
This is from like a
It's
Bible
from,
racing game. Noah's Ark
Bible
racing.
Oh,
It's
I
just a
don't remember
mini
the
song.
Bible racing.
You think God
I
is
never
ever up in
played
heaven?
anything like
That shit's
that.
kind of trash.
You can't find stuff like
I
this if
wish
you look
that
around
person
for it.
didn't believe in me straight
Oh
up.
my gosh.
Coney, you idiot! God's love is infinite. Your mortal mind can't comprehend.
Ryan, you
it.
have a
Are
bot.
you God?
Hey, yeah.
Is this God?
Oh, no,
in
oh, mine
chat?
got instantly deleted by MoveBot. It's only on your side. Thank you though.
All right, this one wins straight up.
I used an oven for tiny
Ooh,
pizza.
wait,
I don't have something
this
for
is
the
pretty
tiny
good.
pizza
This is
that would
good.
be
Do not
specific.
ask when this song.
Not gonna cook it in the
plays.
microwave.
Uh-oh. Have another blushy crushy moment. Oh, never mind. Oh, they blew it. Now it sounds like Blue's
That's
Clues.
unfortunate.
Coming up next on Nick Jr., it's Bear in the Big Blue House.
Now that's an
Followed by
insult to
Peppa
Nick
Pig.
Jr.
I like the Toy Story
Because
trumpet.
Nick Jr. actually had some really good songs.
No, I
I
know.
have some bop.
I'm looking at you.
Maybe Toy Story.
I am. Oh,
Now
no,
let's try
say screen. I can
Bubble
see
Dribble.
both. I can see the research. Oh, I felt good to stand for this.
The Little Bill song was better than this.
The fucking digitized fucking national anthem is
Why
so
did they add
powerful.
This had to have been like a fourth of the cart. Oh, you're right. My bad. Sorry, everybody.
You know, I have an idea.
I'm standing. I don't know if you guys are
Can you
standing.
gonna
Yeah, it's
stand?
two.
You gonna
It's
stand? Pledge allegiance?
Oh, here it is.
Okay.
Woo!
Joker?
So powerful.
Who is that? Who laughs in Spider-Man? Who's giggling? Freddy Fazbear asks, we come here every night to be...
What's up with that goblins thing?
Tickling the Green
No.
Goblin.
What? Whose theme is that?
It's not a,
It has to be
it's a stage
Venom.
theme. No,
What is going on in this
it's a
shit?
stage theme.
A stage
A
theme?
stage. Oh no. Oh
So you're
no.
saying no villain?
Fucking laugh.
No.
I don't remember who his
There-
villain is. Look
I
at that.
think this one wins. I think this
so
one wins the whole
powerful.
tournament. This one's fantastic.
What villain is this? You gotta tell me.
It's the giggler.
The giggler?
The Giggler? I have never heard of the Giggler in
Wait,
my
wait.
life.
It's like Chinese water torture. Like every time I think it's gonna like I'm
He's
I'm
not
actually
wrong.
relieved by the little like tick 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 tick. I like that one way more. But when I hit the just give me the little dinks. I've never heard of this game. I don't know what Sonic Eraser is. Is it Tetris? No, it's Puyo.
Oh my god, you just punched!
Get out of that Sonic. Any song that's physically painful is worse, right? It has to.
I feel
be.
insulted when
Alright,
someone.
next
Oh,
up.
Oh no, not the Undertale
Jesus
one. I've
Christ.
avoided that one all
I've
my
never
life.
heard this. I thought Sagat was cool. He has a good song. The fuck is going on in Thailand? Bro looks sad.
Oh, are they
He's
going over the
frowning.
bootleg games? Oh my
yeah,
god.
this is what you said.
I don't
no.
think this
Do you
is
all know? Do
from the
y'all
game,
know the
but let's check it out.
communist one? The communist Lion King bootleg
I don't want
game.
to hear that anymore.
Yes.
Oh, I think.
Oh my
John's
god,
trying to
this
go
song.
for it.
So he's
Yes.
doing a Louis Armstrong
This is a
impression?
powerful song from a powerful game.
That's very jazzy, actually. Yeah, hold on.
He looks like he steals souls.
This
He
was
does.
definitely recorded in one take. This was absolutely one take. Yeah. Sounds like it was made in Mario Paint. It sounds like Mario Paint.
By the way, if you've
That
ever
dog-
seen Ross's Game Dungeon, he covers Dementia in the game. In
Why
that
don't-
song,
I
you
guess
hear
why
it.
did
It's
they
oh,
have-
it's in
I was gonna say,
context,
why
it's even
is it
worse.
Dog and cat sounds.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Yeah. Bro, it's ad-libbing.
Okay.
All right.
It
Yeah.
sounds like a bootleg
Let's get into it. Here we go.
bootleg Trigun song.
Yeah. 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 Dude, I'm waiting for the song to start. I'm just getting blue balled. Start the fucking song. Oh my god, there it is. He just shut up and played guitar. Alright, yeah. There it is. There's the track. I'm
heard
picking
worse.
this on the basis of hating rabbids, really. It's really a rabbid diff. Hit it.
Oh my god.
Yeah?
I don't know. I don't think anything can top Sonic going to punch himself. I'm sorry.
Oh, you be sure. Wait,
Yeah,
oh, it's even all of
okay.
it. There's still there's still 32 more
Is this a
There's 32
music
total
game?
matches.
It has a keyboard in it. Like this is supposed to be a musical arrangement. Fire Emblem Engage. I see it. I get it. I get it. It's like Sonic Underground's opening, yeah.
It's so bad.
This
This
is
shit's
not
like
a
a
bad
Sentai
song.
show.
Wait for it. No, wait for it.
It's not that bad, actually. Oh, they said engage. Buying goods at Palmyra Evergrace OST.
Ah! Oh!
What the fuck?
You want to talk about overstimulation?
Too many instruments. We gotta tone it down a little bit. Oh my god, it's an assault on the ears. What
Assault on my
the-
A little
soul.
bit.
Stop that. I can hear the song underneath all of it, right? The song just sounds like dirty, right? It sounds like if you gave it a good cleaning, like a good polishing, it might be okay. Yeah, I guess it's this one. Okay.
It sounds like a bootleg Animal Crossing song.
I kind of
Kind of does, yeah.
Like all these songs, except for that Fire Emblem one, they just sound like bootlegs of other like popular franchises.
It's just so powerful.
Why did we get a different instrument?
And if those franchises
I
didn't
got that-
exist back then, before these games come out, they probably the game
Oh,
directors probably
this
found them
song?
in like a foreign
Uh-huh.
sound library in their basement.
This isn't
This.
bad, I don't think. What? Wait, this is a bug? This was a bug in the release build. Wait, really? It glitched so it only played the intro. Wait, really? So your game bugged and it only did this? If I was a child, I would think this trainer is going to kill me. Yeah, it's kind of an abrupt change in tone, I'll give you that.
It kinda does.
What?
Oh, I know this.
That's not a bad
the big-
Splatoon
No,
song.
I don't think
yeah.
it
I
is,
can't
though.
catch it.
No, this one is from
I keep
specifically
missing
the
it.
Salmon Run stuff, and it's
I-
supposed to
I
sound
can't
like
tell what's
this. It's like a
happening.
very
Yeah.
specific genre.
Well, the Evergarden one is supposed to sound like the chaos of a market.
It sounds like
Yeah.
somebody playing guitar down the hall at your college dorm.
So like, because you're like going against the Salmon Run, so it's gonna sound like
Alright, go ahead and vote.
gross because it's supposed to be
Stop hurting the
in
cat.
universe the Salmonoids
Here it is.
using all the tools around them. So I have a kind of a
This
soft
sounds
spot
like an
for it.
emergency weather alert. This sounds like an Amber Alert. What the fuck? This sounds like my phone. You know what, though?
Yo, the heart monitor.
Ooh. It's like somebody just banging on a triangle. If I was alive in 1942,
Yo, my heart
I
monitor
might have
is
jammed
going
to this.
so hard
Well,
right
that's
now.
That's the context you need. This is what we listened to back in the speakeasies. Oh, hit it. It's my favorite track. Don't play it? Oh, I'm playing it. Hit my theme song.
Fucking hell.
Holy shit! Oh my god, dude. Dude, if... This is actually fantastic. The more I
Wow.
listen to it, the more I like it. I genuinely love this song. Giant bread bug. This
of the cave songs from Pikmin 2. It has to be one of the cave songs.
It's like
There's no way.
He's just bumbling around the stage. He's like sneaking, but he's not sneaky.
For those curious, I just made a chunk chunk loader.
He's getting away with it. That's why the bread bug is so funny. You guys know what this is, right? Who on the Sega team, like, found this sound? You know what I mean? Like, somebody had to have been in the studio working the Sega Genesis sound chip and came across this sound and said, "Ah, eureka! I can't wait to inflict this on the world." Wait, another
Eureka.
Chocobo song?
Hemp
Wait, this
Eureka.
one's kind of cool, though. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, dude, never mind. Who invited these guys?
I never heard the Chocobo lick there.
Sonic.
Are
Okay,
we
I was
in
gonna be
hell?
like Sonic
What
Spinball.
happened to the Chocobo?
The song only plays if you specifically pick the red and black chocobo in the back of the group. They knew what they were doing.
Dude, I legitimately didn't know Square Enix could be funny, and that sounds like a joke. I'm not making a joke. That's very funny. All right, yeah, it's definitely the Sonic one, surely. Uh-huh. Oh, it's this one. Oh, this one. I remember.
What is
yeah.
this?
Yeah. There it is.
It's exactly
Yep.
what you think it
A
is.
song made entirely of brown notes. You can take any note.
Brown
that
notes.
entire
That
arrangement,
sounds incredibly
and every
racist
single
for
one of them
all
will
the
make you
best
shit your pants.
reasons.
I can't.
Oh, yes!
This is very Earthworm Jim. Oh, it doesn't stop. Yup.
It doesn't
Okay.
stop.
Like it just
It
sounds
keeps
like this
going
could have
up.
been like a really good track right here. And then
Never
they
mind,
just
it turned into
decided,
beats
oh
of music.
wait, I'm getting paid $5.
Okay, now it's getting scary. Now it's scary pizza. No, back to... No, we're back. Okay.
Again,
The
$5.
guy just showed up with the guitar. I think a lot of people might change their vote. Yeah, the vote. The vote has changed quite a bit. Yeah. This one wins. Oh, hit it. Is it the boink? Ooh. Yeah, I didn't know that sounded. What?
What the fuck?
Are the Genesis and Super Nintendo ones different? Mine didn't make a sex sound. Mine didn't make that sound. Mine went ooh. Are they really different? No way. Oh my god. No way. So the Genesis one isn't horny. Why are they different? Nintendo don't. Nintendo does in this instant. Wait, so this is the first instance of recorded vocals in a level theme in a video game. What? Can you speak up? This is my Discord girlfriend on karaoke night. What? Your mic is broken, kitten. Oh, it's this song?
This is actually a good song, but because it's like really fucking
I know
old,
this
either
track.
SNES or Neo Geo, it just doesn't fucking work. Oh, here it is.
Oh, I made a mistake.
That is a little harsh. Who invited the harp player? This is like when you lose on Guitar Hero. Dude was playing Harp Hero and just lost.
At Beverly Hill Cups.
Oh my god! It's corrupted Crazy Frog! Holy shit! I feel like it had to have been more work to make it sound that bad, right? Like it could have been Sane Frog? I wouldn't say that.
Sane
We
Frog.
are in round 2. These should go way faster. Here
Oh,
you
it
go.
was the second one of these he did that had the fucking really
The Blue
powerful
Badger?
song.
Alright, go ahead and vote.
But I'll send that one
Alright, go
individually.
ahead.
That song.
It's definitely this one. Oh my god.
This
Okay, it's definitely the
Now.
Chocobo one.
We're putting shit together like the house that John built on a hill. Cause this shit on the
That's
field.
a on a hill. Or this one. I would actually say it was the other one if this wasn't performed so badly. This is the song. It's just they got a guy in the programming team to sing it. No, I'm not
You know
even
how
voting.
like
This one
every
wins.
time at a football stadium they always
This
get
isn't
somebody
even a
who knows
vote.
how to sing the national anthem. That's
It's
why.
not even close. This is a blowout. This one's a bloodbath. What
Anyways,
happens
I
in
gotta
this
get
game?
Wow.
All right.
What causes this? Is this one even bad? This one got a buy.
Alright.
Bye.
Same with me too. Unfortunately, I can't stay for
Okay.
Hey,
perfection.
wait a minute.
You don't want to stick around for these amazing songs?
Nah,
I really, really would want to, but unfortunately, Magma's kidnapping me.
yeah.
Man, you
Okay.
can hold off for like, oh, how much more sex on
How many more?
You
Yeah.
can hold off
Like
for
10 more
10 minutes.
No, we'll probably have to get started in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They have a pre-stream.
What do you say, Magma?
Sure, I can push it off for.
Oh, God!
You are. Let me just get my OBS set up properly this time,
Yeah,
bang.
you just set up with free time.
All right. Well, you guys have a good one then.
You're right.
What do you mean? What do you mean they were staying? Oh my god! I'm glad I got to probably show you guys.
Camera on.
Yeah, see, they're still doing it, Aqua. You're good. You can hit play now.
All right, let's continue.
I didn't know it was Skrillex.
What the fuck am I listening? Is that Fire Emblem?
Yeah.
Wait. I think we have severely underestimated this chatter. I did not know this song was dubstep.
Oh god, my
3
ears.
hours in. Wait. So, in the rest of Fire Emblem, it's all like strings and like orchestral shit, and then this shit just drops. It wins.
As a boss.
That one wins.
You gotta
Why
walk
does it
out.
have a keyboard? Okay, that
I
one.
mean, all
or
of you,
this
if you want to see the stream channel, who is booping me?
This one's a little intense. This
Hey,
one,
Dom.
it sounds like 2 songs playing at once. Like, it seems like I'm playing 2, like, versions of it, but it's only one. This one's bad, but it's only because it's on old hardware. They did the best they could. Actually, wait.
Perfect. Smooth basalt. That's exactly
They
what I
definitely
want.
could have done better. They definitely could. That one wins. I'm sorry, I was going to say the other one, but... Oh, hit it! Oh my god, dude. It actually kind of hits. This is me scanning my groceries to the beat. Yeah, when you scan every single can of soda individually, they're right at that point.
Oh my gosh.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, hit it.
Hit it.
It sounds like they're taking me away. The men in the white van gonna put me in a straitjacket. Why is this song chasing me? Definitely. Oh, there's the pizza song. Yep, cameo, and we're back to it. This is the harp soloist.
Oh, you should ear like that? Oh, don't worry about it.
Anyway,
Oh.
This is
here's
from
the-
Skyward. That's a horrible song right
Here
there.
you go, Aqua. That's a powerful song, by
Oh my god.
You'd have to DM it to me.
It's an
Oh, I
assault
put it
on
in,
all
okay.
senses. Are you fucking serious?
That's a horrible song.
the way. Oh, did you hear it?
Yeah, that one's definitely worse. All right.
No, send
top
it to me.
8.
Okay, yeah.
It's not this one. It's definitely 2. This shit comes storming in. Just
Chat, the
busts
dog is
into
so
the room.
terrified of the
Yeah, this
music
one
that
wins.
he,
Oh, wait. Oh,
Don't play it now. That's a
man.
later.
This is tough? No, it's not.
Yeah, I'll be
Shut
playing
the
that
fuck
later.
up, National Anthem. Spider-Man is on.
Okay, hopefully he's loaded.
This is my favorite song.
That one and that one.
Why
They're
is
both
he
loaded.
fighting the Joker? Just in time for October. Stop screaming! Oh my god! Oh my god!
There's so much power.
Okay,
in it.
yeah, now it gets hard. This one's like a haunted Big Ben. This is like Big Ben as an SCP.
Dog abuse.
One is so much
yes.
worse. Dude, I really think it's 2. A dubstep song. In the middle of Fire Emblem. I think 2 is worse. Because 1 is like a fucked up, like... I don't know. I was gonna say 1 is like a fucked up, like, they didn't know any better. But it was on the fucking Genesis. Of course they knew better. And it's a Sonic song. Oh, dude, the bell is Sonic is audio terrorism.
I'd patch for the
Two.
most
I'm
beautiful
going
couple of
two. I'm
YouTubers. Well,
going
thank
two.
you.
This
I
is
appreciate
not
that.
a democracy. I go 2. 2 is inexplicable. Yeah, exactly. Why did Nintendo do that? It's a 2. You know this one. This one's obvious.
Every time I fucking hear
This
it.
one's just samples over a beat. But I actually think it's this one. They had no ideas. 1 gets worse though. No, you're right. It's Wild Woody. Never mind. All right, we have our final 4. Okay, this one's fucked up. Oh, it is top 8. You're right. Round of 4. Top 8. This is top 8. My bad. It's funny enough without the samples. The samples put it over the top.
I feel like we've listened to all of the songs.
Yeah, you can double.
Giggler, like,
Huh?
You can speed it up. Because the beginning part is the most important part. Because
sitting on a thumbtack. It's this one. It's definitely that one. Oh, dude. Oh, wait. These are 2. Vote. You guys can vote. I think
Okay, we need a double. I meant like the 125
music
again.
has defeated the conceptual humor of
It's
this
so
soundtrack.
it's so weird hearing people talk fast.
Minute Biter always takes me off guard. Yeah, I've heard this song many times tonight, and I'm never ready for it. Meanwhile, here you go. There's the voting. Go ahead and vote.
How goes a true content streamer?
I am, yes.
I love this one. I love this track. Unironically, I love this shit. 2 is not a song. I guess this technically is a song. That is a song, right? This one's really hard. It's ID42. Manic Miner is an actual song.
Oh, that's so cursed fast.
Zoomer's just voting 2 because of Crazy Frog, you think? Dude, it's so thick. Every note is so thick on this track.
Alright, let's do a raid or
This
2.
is such a pungent song, right? Technology diff.
Bad
It's so
Omen
chunky,
5.
man. That's a real song converted horribly. This is original composition put in the
A
middle of the
raid
it's Wild Woody. I have
in
to- I have to.
Minecraft.
It's so good.
Minecraft.
So good, man. Night of the Giggler. It's Spider-Man. All right, last 2. What emotion is Wild Woody trying to induce? Panic. Pure instinctual panic. Like the kind an antelope feels when being chased by a lion. I don't your beef with 2. It's kind of fun. Yeah? You having a good time here, chatter? I'm not. Final round. It's so strong there at the end. I'm Wild Woody's biggest defender. Yeah, honestly, I think it sucks that it's this anticlimactic, but this has to be the worst video game song of all time. It has to be this one. Play both at the same time. It's incomprehensible. This isn't gonna be funny. There's nothing there. Okay, there's a lot of screaming, actually.
Get the pillagers?
Actually,
Yes,
I
the
do
pillagers will be gotten.
There's a lot of screaming.
They will be coming to me.
Turn off the cuckoo clock. Oh my god, dude. Well done to Sriracha Flash for submitting the worst video game song of all time. It is Spider-Man the Animated Series music, Funhouse. Congratulations, Drake's in chat. It's Sriracha Flash.
That song, that video terrifies me.
There's a second one. I'm not gonna watch it, but there's a second one.
Oh no.
Oh, it's really good. But yeah, I sent you another video. Be quick. It's short. It's just a song. 2 minutes.
Do we have to listen to it right now?
No. I want you to listen to that in your free time.
Okay.
So what are we talking about now, Anka?
June the King, the Completionist. It's a long video, but we should be able to get through it. We only have like 2 hours before. We have about 2 hours before movie night.
Yeah, what are you watching tonight?
Or movie night is actually in 3 hours, but I'll be done in about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, what are you watching?
We'll be watching Austin Powers tonight, I think.
Ooh,
I've never seen it, so.
Austin Power.
Nope.
After I finish this, probably.
So, Chad, if you want to watch Austin Powers with us tonight, join my Discord. Here, I'm gonna
Wait. Oh, I guess music's not
join my
listening yet?
Discord.
Busy, busy.
Mizu asked me to host it.
Oh, okay.
I will be. Yeah, join my Discord chat. While this Ravager slowly dies from suffocating in a wall. Alright. This video is sponsored by War Thunder.
I'll let you know when I can.
Now, the reason why, by the way, I'm watching this is during Gerard's reply video that he did a couple of days ago, he talked about how vulnerable he was as an individual, essentially, and how he was just like scared and powerless to do anything about the issues that he was having. A lot of people are saying that one, the old interview he did, and two, the responses he did do not really equate to that. Need to work soon. If you have to leave, that is totally fine.
Yeah.
Another Ravager? No. So that's just kind of like the premise for why I wanted to watch some of these.
Oh, I can't see it.
Oh, hold on. Boop. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Lil.
These allegations are slanderous, and we believe we're done with selfish intent.
This was all sparked from
watch them
Gerard's
all the
family-run
time.
charity that, though they received hundreds of thousands of dollars in donations, did not donate a single penny of the money for nearly 10 years. The drama around it exposed Gerard's long history of lies, from lying that his company was covering the cost of the event.
So for those guys who don't know, we had a show last year, and it went great, but it was very expensive, and TOBG covered the cost of it.
Grossly overstating the amount.
Why would you
his
ever
charity
say that?
event
What the
Indieland
fuck?
raised.
Almost $1 million in the last 7 years.
Amazing.
And this year we're doing it in person.
Even lying about the disease he is fundraising money for.
Someone who's diagnosed with FTD lasts about 6.5 months.
His sudden dip in views reflects the distrust the community now has with him, and this is how it was all undone.
Well, from the outside, his life seems picture perfect, but for a local high school student, looks are deceiving.
That was a circa 2006 story on Gerard Khalil's high school senior project. The description reads, quote, I was on K-Count News a few years back for my first feature on the true story of my mother's illness and battle with dementia. Unquote. Gerard's mother, at the age of 56, after years of exhibiting strange behavior, was diagnosed with frontal-temporal dementia. The Khalil family, a family of 7, had their lives changed forever. Charles Khalil, Gerard's father, an immigrant from Lebanon, the same year Gerard's mother was diagnosed, began a yearly golf tournament for the disease. Being that Charles had amassed his wealth through his company that seemed to operate in consulting gas stations and convenience stores with the knowledge
was
and
a
resources
Nepo
gained
baby.
from operating his own gas stations. With these connections,
They are always Nepo babies.
Can
Always.
I watch a lot of these YouTube. Like I used to watch them. And I'm like, how the f they make money? Then I realized, oh, that's how. So like, there's no way they're not Because I look at like their views and stuff. Like, there's no way they're they just have it. They're clearly bleeding money through YouTube, right? And it's like,
Gerard, maybe not. He did decently well with what he had.
well, because I know he had. Well, I remember he had like a bunch of shit. There's like a whole network behind doing all that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I only ever watched like his completionist thing. It's the only one I really cared about because it was interesting from an idea of 100% in games, right?
Yeah.
Whereas that's why I watched him, but.
You're good. You're good, you're good.
And then I was gonna. Sorry.
Are we plapping temp yet? Temp's just kind of there, so maybe. Maybe.
major brands like Monster, Pepsi, Coca-Cola all could be seen participating in the golf tournaments. But Gerard did not want to run golf tournaments or tread the path his father had laid for him. Instead, he chose a ubiquitously uncertain path. Gerard wanted to make it in entertainment. It is not clear how his father reacted to this, only that he was not entirely supportive of Gerard, and no matter what success Gerard brought forward, it never matched his father's towering expectations.
The amount of money I've made, the lives that I've changed, the people that I've helped, all the opportunities that I've had, the cool things I could have done. My father still thinks that I'm not doing the right thing.
Regardless, Gerard persisted, enrolling in Fullerton College in 2006.
This is why you don't give a shit about your dad. Also, I think that's what he looks like without his beard on. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's what a younger one looks like. He's shaved his beard a couple times.
I know, but like he looks so weird without his beard.
I
Like,
guess.
so
I remember. What I was
alien.
gonna say. You know, it's funny that this entire situation could have been solved if he just donated the money, proceeded to stop doing it.
Well, I think here's the thing. Some people asked, like, brought up like the restricted donation stuff, and my thought process is kind of like percolated towards this. Because I understand the idea behind a restricted donation, and I think that if he had told his audience, and that's the key thing here, told his audience what was going on, they probably would have understood and maybe agreed. But he didn't tell anybody. And that's why I don't trust him. And that's why I never will trust him, because he didn't say anything.
Yeah, that was my whole thing. I'm like, he went back and just like, also then he just proceeded to like double down, I believe it was.
Double, triple down. Now, after this video came out, quadruple down. Excuse me. So, that's the problem. Because you can't just say, we were going to donate it. Well, that's really all well and good, and it's good that you want to like make it to where your stuff goes outside of admin costs, even though I'm just like, I don't really care. I don't give a shit. I just think that at that point you're just trying to get more accolades and fame for saying that you actually did X, Y, and Z. That don't matter to me.
I mean,
the problem. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, this is actually one of the other reasons why I don't like Honor Sea Dog, because of this whole like, doing charity streams are like so bad for revenue and stuff, and like I don't get enough clout for it to make up for the cost. I'm like, that's the point.
Did he actually say that?
He said he doesn't want to do any more charity streams because it wasn't making enough money.
He said, "Oh my gosh, that is."
And I'm just like, I already didn't like you, but I'm glad I'm justified.
Yeah. You're gonna have to show me that clip, because
I gotta find it.
I'm not saying I don't believe you, but I kind of need to see that clip.
I think I'm not paraphrasing him correctly though, but yeah, I'll find it for you.
Oh, it's just that bothers me, hearing that he allegedly said that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
This was the same year he made his first YouTube channel, JB Super Badass 11. This appeared to only host his school projects and related material. This 2009 video is likely the first appearance of Greg Wilmot, who was one of Gerard's very close friends.
Thank God you're paying me for this.
I hate to break it to you, but we actually aren't paying you for this.
There wouldn't be much else on this channel, as Gerard was building a habit of scrapping projects and rebuilding them from the ground up. Like his second YouTube channel, Ari and Stone, created September 22nd, 2009. This channel, as the name implies, was a sketch-based channel with Gerard and a friend playing Stone and Ari respectively. Stone was the foolish, happy-go-lucky character, and Ari was a prude that sought to bring order to his friend's chaos. While much of the comedy is bland and this trope has long been utilized to much greater effect, this series captures the looseness of a 2009 YouTube.
He's right there. We found Osama. He's right there.
Hello, sirs. Would you like some homemade lemonade?
Why, yes. We would like to try your product.
That is
Could
terrifying.
you please have a sample of your product and your phone numbers?
I'm 12.
Not off limits to me!
This series
What the
was
fuck?
a flop. Another unsuccessful channel that, to Gerard, warranted the creation of a new channel. One that wouldn't be so pigeonholed.
I'm sorry for laughing. It's just like the absurdity of it is just like so bewildering to me. It's just funny in a weird way. I don't know why that made me laugh. Why? I think the idea is they're trying to pretend that's a pedo bear or whatever.
That would be set up not only to host his content on YouTube, but to also try to
No, we had a
website,
successful
video.com. Unfortunately, this was never archived to the Wayback Machine when active. However, his YouTube channel was, but only the channel page. The majority of videos here are missing, but are clearly themed around a show satirically emphasizing masculinity with videos such as How to Torture a Thief Like a Man, Man-to-Man Time with a Man, Episode 2, How to Cook Steak Like a Man, Now You're a Man. In the sea of lost media, one episode, specifically Episode 5 of the Now You're a Man cooking show, survived.
Once people start realizing that we puppets are strong too, then
there will never be a puppet president! Now, don't cross the meats.
This around 7-minute long video
Wow.
provides a blueprint for the rest of the series. It was not entirely a cooking show and leaned more into sketch comedy, with episodes adopting different themes. The effort applied was perhaps misplaced, considering the custom-made puppets and the names on the credits show high production value. But the name, How to Cook Burgers Like a Puppet, would perform terrible in YouTube searches. That and there was no custom thumbnail. This was doomed to fail just from that, but Gerard provides a different reason for its failure.
And then I started a cooking show called Now You're a Man, the Cooking Show, and that was a fun show that I did for a while. It was very offensive, very over the top, and it was about putting bacon on everything. And then Epic Mealtime came along, and they took that.
Oh, it's funny because
that show.
his dad is from Lebanon. I get it.
What would normally be dismissed as possibly misremembering, misspeaking, or just another variation of simple.
I think he's
What?
He has walked it back since. I'm just gonna post his video talking about it to your DMs. He has since walked it back, but it was during one of his TwitchCon things where he was discouraged from doing more because he lost so much. I think he's walked it back since, but I'm gonna DM it to you just in case for later. It's his whole video talking about it a year ago.
He shouldn't have walked it back. That actually sounded like it was a decent idea.
And not do charities because it lost money.
Oh no, not him. Never mind. Never mind. I'm thinking of something else.
Keep going.
Something
I'll
else.
message you while we're going.
Well, human error cannot be done with Gerard as it happens too frequently. To start, Epic Mealtime did not quote-unquote come along. Its first upload predates the Now You're a Man cooking show by more than 2 months. Gerard also claims that Epic Mealtime took quote-unquote that market. Epic Mealtime's videos, besides already having eye-catching titles and thumbnails that strongly work with the theme of their channel, made the food look delectable. They were unique in showing the increase in calories, relying on excess, utilizing fast pacing, and capturing well the cooking and consuming process. Gerard's cooking show had...
Did you ever watch any Epic Mealtime?
Oh yeah, I used to watch it all the time.
Dude, I loved Epic Mealtime. Then he did boxing for iDubbbz. But now he's cool again because he gave iDubbbz the middle finger, and he's Jewish.
I mean,
and
he
everybody
was.
kind of thinks
I
that's
always
cool.
thought he was cool in general because he's just a chill guy. Cause I remember watching him when he used to hang out with Total Biscuit. And he was a chill dude even when Total Biscuit's team just swamped them in whatever game they were playing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he was always chill about it. Like he was always like a chill dude. Big dude, liked to make food. Obviously, that kind of thing kind of fell off because, you know, that content only holds up for so long. Also, trying to maintain that shit, geez.
Making food that big, yeah.
And then eating it constantly, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I sent you the video for Connor, and then I liked him.
Okay. I'll have to take a look at it later.
none of these things and was in an entirely different market than Epic Mealtimes. Yet in a different video, Gerard states this.
And a month before we launched, Epic Mealtime came out, and it was almost the exact same show.
These are my online gaming friends. We took a break out of destroying noobs on Black Ops to destroying arteries on YouTube.
We got hit with a lot of copyright
He was so
strikes
young.
early on, and so I was forced to take almost all the videos down.
Here, Gerard is more precise in stating that Epic Mealtime preceded his show, but severely misrepresents his show by stating that it was almost the exact same show. The only similarities between these two are that they involve food. And then Gerard pivots to talking about copyright strikes and being forced to take the videos down, but doesn't expand on where the copyright strikes come from. Whatever the case, the cooking show failed. And not only was his channel later abandoned, all the videos were deleted. This is
That's
where his
sad.
YouTube presence likely would have ended if it wasn't for John Jafari, known to the internet as John Tron, a popular retro game reviewer that expanded coverage to retro media and then to whatever he wanted to
The fact
make.
that John Tron has
According
saved
to
so
Gerard,
many people and
they
made them
went to
popular
rival high schools.
single-handedly.
Yet
Yeah.
They all
That is kind of
dumped
funny to
him in
think
a
of.
heartbeat.
Yep.
They were so
And
quick
now-
to drop him, yet he won.
And now look at him now. Married with a kid. Stable future. Look at all these other people that abandoned him.
I mean, he's always had a stable. I don't think JonTron was even doing YouTube for a living. He made money entirely.
I have no idea, honestly. Asked him for an interview. He never got back to me, sadly.
I mean, yeah, probably, literally.
I'll still hold out. Okay. Continue.
Yet somehow became friends within that time. But now in 2012, with Gerard recently graduating from California State University, Fullerton, his previous channel failing, and being dissatisfied with his job at Best Buy, Gerard needed direction, and in a way, he got that from JonTron. As Gerard explains, JonTron wanted to livestream himself playing games with Aaron Hansen. Together the two hosted the Let's Play channel Game Grumps. The only issue was they did not have an appropriate location to do so.
JonTron started with the Game Grumps? No, he started on his own and then came together with Aaron. He's always good by himself. So.
Which is where Gerard comes in, because he already had a streaming setup in his parents' home. So not only did he provide his home as a stream location, but was actively working in the background swapping consoles as games as the host saw necessary. But the stream eventually winded down and JonTron left.
I'm not anyone famous, so I'm gonna turn this off. And the chat said, no! Keep playing games! What the fuck are you talking about? Keep playing games. I'm going to bed and so should you guys.
From here, Gerard states they accepted the audience's invitation to continue streaming in place of JonTron, calling out of work the following day as a result of this. It was then, after quitting his job at Best Buy and with the guidance of Aaron Hansen, Gerard came up with a new idea.
In the next few weeks, you're going to be receiving a new show called The Completionist. I am a completionist, and so each and every week, I'm going to bring you guys a completionist aspect of all these games, whether they be new games, old games, archaic games.
This series, at the end of 2011, was launched through the Normal Boots website. Normal Boots was a conglomeration of various gaming creators that did not feel secure with YouTube and their constant changing of policies, or how readily they would accept video takedown requests. After the soft launch of the series, Gerard decided to expand his catalog of videos to YouTube with his own channel that—
Why did people drop out of JonTron? Because he was a brand new right-leaning content creator. Well, he was brand new to the right lean when he debated Destiny about specific things, including in specifics to the more right-leaning policies. And he was really bad at it. Didn't really know what he was talking about. Probably does now, but he should have never debated Destiny, in my personal opinion, because that was a bad idea.
Yeah, he's not a
debate bro. He's a video content creator.
Yeah, he's a funny guy that makes funny things.
Exactly.
That went under That One Video Gamer. He also launched his LLC under a similar name around this time. And so the first episode of The Completionist on YouTube was released in January of 2012.
Yes!
Huh?
I was talking to myself.
Oh. Holy shit.
But first, this video is sponsored by War Thunder. War Thunder has built up its reputation by being the most comprehensive vehicle video.
Gerard knew he needed a gimmick to separate his game review videos from the long-saturated market of game reviewers. The completionist angle was
3 hours
its own
late?
unique
No,
draw
you're
in
good.
that Gerard would focus on the entire game, and larger segments could be devoted to the difficulty or just trivia other videos may miss. But when writing the show, he felt that his comedy was lacking. That's when, as per the credits, Greg Wilmot, Gerard's friend, came in to fill that role.
It played a little bit differently, but you know, I wasn't entirely sure.
Wait, what the hell are you doing?
What do you mean?
No, see, I do the reviews, you do the funny.
Welcome to my lair. I saw the way you floated through that door, but there's absolutely no way that you can... A lucky shot, but never... Guys!
Gerard and Greg, having built up a hearty catalog of videos on Normal Boots, released videos day after day. These videos were released alongside other videos that fit the trends at the time, like top 10 videos or even just spin-off completionist videos where Greg was the host. Shortly after its launch, the series had already gotten enough notoriety that the developer of Super Meat Boy challenged the completionist to complete his game. And after over 18,000
Man.
deaths, Gerard did so in the following episode. That one video gamer, with
That
its
was a
rapid
large
releases and unique angle, made certain
fair
that
for
it
That
had
is
a
quite a
strong
lot of
launch.
deaths.
By the
Super
end,
To be
Boy is
completely
very-
honest with you, mine's probably over 10,000.
I was gonna say, like, I don't remember how big mine was.
I need terracotta. Green and blue terracotta.
January, less than a month of his existence, it already jumped up to nearly 4,000 subscribers. But as the pacing of uploads matched the actual production schedule of around one episode a week, the traction slowed and the growth became gradual. By the end of February, they had only gained 1,000 subscribers.
Oh.
Even so, this proved to Gerard that he had finally found his niche and was quick to embrace it. He could also be found
1,000 subs
streaming
a
on
lot,
Twitch,
though.
where he both played games and hosted a podcast-style show, and on an additional Let's Play-esque channel known as Super Beard Bros. Week after week of consistent uploads meant that just a year later, Gerard had solidified himself within the game analyst community. He was a social creator who had been collaborating with channels of similar size, like game reviewer Pro Jared, who was also in
Jared.
the Roots. Mixed in with these collaborations were newer channels that were also video game adjacent.
Hello, Gerard. Welcome to your bedroom.
Oh my gosh.
Matt Pack, it's good to see you.
While Gerard was easily outgrown by his contemporaries, such as Game Theory or JonTron, his consistency, a key to...
You know, I didn't think about this, but I do wonder, like, how much, like, because he was friends with a lot of people. He collabed with a lot of people that grew faster and further than he did. I do wonder how much of his how he acts is swayed by the jealousy, knowing that he is below them. I don't know. That's kind of something I just thought of there. Mushroom chip, Jared. Oh, shut up, chat. No.
Oh my god. Hey, look. I'm glad Pro Jared actually bounced back, because he is not a ship. I'm like, God, dude, come on. Why are you interacting with fans?
Yeah.
YouTube success was what carried his channel's growth. Momentous as this was, Gerard's life in mid-2013 was taking a turn for the worst.
I saw this woman go from saying, give me that fork, give me that knife, give me that spoon, to give me that gray, give me that blue, give me that silver, to even give me that thing. I want that thing, to thing, to nothing.
Gerard's mother, 10 years after being diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, had passed away. Gerard and family, bearing witness to her slowly regressing state and to her eventual passing, decided to allow her memory to live on through what would be known as the Open Hand Foundation. This charity is a 501c3, and it would be basically family operated, with the Kilo family working hundreds of hours yearly to quote-unquote evaluate charities to donate to, among other responsibilities. Virtually all the expenses went to the yearly golf charity that the Open Hand Foundation was now sponsoring. Quote, applicant estimates that it will expend approximately $23,000 to cover its expenses for each tournament, resulting in a net profit of approximately $27,000.
That's not bad.
Unquote. In basic terms, the golf tournament was to happen annually. The proceeds would go to the Open Hand Foundation. The Open Hand Foundation would then distribute the money to a race.
Apologies, I'm back.
Gerard was a director and was
Gone so long, you missed all the bad songs and jump right back into Gerard. You have to take care of the dog.
The dog, and I had to make an emergency on-site job.
Fun. Oh.
And almost had to move a lot of dirt.
Almost. Did you get out of it?
Yeah, it's raining. Rain and moving dirt don't mix.
I see. So praise and thank God for that.
Yep, exactly.
Let's continue.
Was in charge of marketing alongside the shared role of evaluating charities to donate to. It was also during this time that the Completionist was seeing a major upswing in traction. Though there were no breakout videos, his catalog as a whole was getting increased interest, enough to obtain an office.
Why does it look different in here?
We have an office now. You have a desk.
What are you talking? Holy crap, we have an office!
Unbeknownst to viewers, right as the channel was picking up in momentum, there was a major conflict between Gerard and Greg. The issues were never exactly specified, but there are implications that these conflicts were related to the direction of the show, or at least the background elements that eventually saw their friendship degrade. This came to a head February 2015, right after episode 120 of The Completionist.
It's hard for me to announce that Greg Wilmot will no longer be a part of The Completionist or anything that one video gamer related. Greg, thank you so much, and I'm sure everyone at home appreciates all the hard work that you've done for the past 4 years.
Gerard thanking Greg for his time here while simultaneously being the perpetrator of his departure infuriated Greg. To this, Greg tweeted out, quote, "We are no longer friends. I did not leave willingly. Don't mistake quote-unquote diplomacy for pure fabrication. The loss of friendship has hurt most," unquote. But it did not end there. On Reddit, he gave a significantly long response. Quote, "The truth is, Gerard and I's friendship had been rough for the year prior to the falling out. We had been slowly drifting apart. I like to get my work done quickly and efficiently, then be on my way home. However, I feel I was removed due to our failing friendship and punished by the business I had no protection in. Gerard and I never worked out a contract between each other because we were best friends, and rather naively, I assumed we'd take care of each other in the end, as we did so
don't
many
do that.
years prior," unquote. The reactions to this were mostly of support. Though the comedic side of the show was now dead, the audience understanding that Gerard was leaving the show were happy enough with that. All over the internet, in relevant completionist posts, there are comments stating that Greg leaving the show diminished the quality of it, but also comments stating that they did not like Greg at all. These can be found in the same spaces.
Damn, that's
Ultimately,
brutal.
the departure of Greg saw far different reactions. Regardless, the fact is, the month that Greg stopped appearing in episodes was the same month that Gerard's viewership stagnated. This is not to say that Gerard was not attempting to improve his content, because by the end of 2015, he had hired a team to help with production, though he was still trying to expand his craft beyond The Completionist. That's where Big Bad Bosses came in, his video game-themed boy band.
Oh, I
This led to
remember
his
when
most
that
viewed
came
video
out.
ever,
Hey,
I
but
remember
nothing
the-
else was
I
working.
have that whole album.
I do too.
Look,
One Winged Angel is probably the only one I really continuously listen to, though.
I do that one, and occasionally I'll listen to. They are
Angels is okay.
cringe, but in a fun kind of way. Like, I'm a Boss is okay, but I think One Winged Angel is probably the best one.
Yeah. And you only get green dye. Yes, you can. Wow, that is insane. Green dye only comes from cactus. That is insane. I'm the Boss. I'm the Boss is a good one too.
Yeah, that's the one I commonly listen to if I ever listen to them.
That one or One Winged Angel. One Winged Angel is what got me into Final Fantasy VII, or just Final Fantasy in general.
Apparently, their interview came out recently where the music directors of Seven actually hated that song.
Why?
I don't know. I
That's
want to.
interesting.
I want to find it, and maybe we'll read it on Dogwave just for shits and
What do
giggles.
what do they hate?
One Winged Angel.
From what I was able to find, which might be wrong, apparently the Final Fantasy VII director or music directors hated One Winged Angel.
I mean, yeah, but they told Nobu Uematsu, who's an infinite god, that he's wrong, and they were wrong. They were wrong. That's crazy.
Interesting. Anyway, let's continue.
Fan of this, Gerard is seeing how his contemporaries were expanding their craft from video games to popular media to just even food, wanted a piece of that pie. MatPat was a great example of this, as he was taking his theme of theory videos and moving them onto film, which brought success overnight. Gerard sought to do the same, but his format was not enticing nor was it viable. MatPat could play with ideas and just research the elements.
Did he really do a completionist video over Better Call Saul? Holy shit.
When did he do that?
Let me look here. He did, wait. He did, and it's 9 years old. He also did something for Breaking Bad. What the hell? Now I have the itch to play Minecraft. Congratulations. There's nothing else green in Minecraft. This is not true. I should be able to get it from tree leaves. I'm going to be real with you.
Around the related story. He takes a simple concept or happening in a movie and or show and expands on it greatly. But Gerard, carrying his completionist theme onto shows, had to watch all that was available.
Give me 2 seconds. I gotta go fix something.
Okay.
Moss is a good green building block. Yes, but I need green dye so that I can make green terracotta.
Being a completionist of a show just boils down to being a regular reviewer. This is to say that Gerard's gimmick could not be expanded beyond games, as it was not interesting, nor was it worth the time investment. This realization that he may be stuck as the completionist worried Gerard.
Oh boy, what is next for the completionist? Well, I'll tell you what, I don't want to be completing games my entire life, because that just seems a little bit daunting and depressing. I've been working on...
And that was the moment he realized he needed to get a job. Because he did. Oh, that's sad and depressing.
Well, it's the idea that a lot of these projects, they want to do it at first. Oh, it's fun. I like doing it. But then you realize, do you really want to do it?
Yeah. Make a cactus farm. That is in the back burner. I don't need a lot of green terracotta because it's just for these hot pools. I only need enough for like the inner parts of it. But you're right. I do need a cactus farm. Eventually.
Necessarily so focused in the realm of reviewing games. I think that because there are so many reviewers out there, it makes it hard to stand out.
Gerard's goals to expand beyond his game reviews are not just sourced from the fear of pigeonholing himself, as most creators hold this fear that their craft is one note and their talents only exist in a single format. Gerard also has a task of expanding because he still deeply wants to please his father.
I thrive off of doubt. I thrive on people telling me that I can't do something. It really drives me crazy. And my parents every day would tell me, "What are you doing? Go get a real job. Give up on this pipe dream."
Why would you tell? Don't tell people this shit.
Gerard, now in 2017, has built up quite the reputation. Not only is he liked by virtually
I
all
forgot that he had an
content
interview with
sphere,
Reggie.
Companies like Nintendo indirectly
he did.
Gerard by allowing him extremely high-level interviews. This year, his views were picking up a bit, but then there was also this massive change. Greg had to come back. Not to the show, but to request all videos that included him, which was pretty much every completionist episode up to 120, be removed.
I am damned if I do remove these videos, possibly legally damned if I don't. So, it's with a heavy heart that I announce that I am going to be removing all...
You know, it's really crazy to think. Some people are like, oh, this, it really sucks that, like, he was pulled into drama. For like, and I don't think people thought this was his first drama, the charity stuff. But, like, I imagine a lot of people didn't even really know the kind of drama that he had been in before this. I don't think people knew
about the Greg. I didn't know what it was. At the time, I just did not care.
Yeah.
It was like the same reason, like when John trying to let the game ground. So I'm like, I don't think they hate each other. It's just like they do it.
Yeah. No, yeah, he just didn't want to keep doing it.
We were like, oh, they must hate him. No, dude. They literally showed up in his Star Wars thing.
Mm-hmm. They just stopped talking to him once the Destiny debate happened. Which is funny. Crazy how JonTron is the only one who made it from normal boots. Some of them kind of made it for a while, but it's just like he's the only one that actually walked away without his head, with his head above water. Okay. I think that's enough green dye for now.
Oh, that's so heavy.
120 episodes of The Completionist.
Gerard allowed a month for viewers to archive videos before removing them. Whatever goodwill Greg had with the Completionist community was drained via this request. And as much as this hurt Gerard's channel, it also opened up the new opportunity to re-review the games he already played in his Completionist series, now as New Game Plus. It was possibly this, alongside continued traction, that reinvigorated his channel and bumped his viewership from hovering around 3 million a month to around 4 million a month. Also in 2017, Gerard's story on Story Collider aired. The topic was on his mother and FTD.
Usually someone who's diagnosed with FTD lasts about 6.5 months. Mostly due to malnutrition, just not getting enough food, not eating enough, not being present in the moment.
Though Gerard was on a platform that emphasizes science and storytelling, Gerard was only focused on the latter. The average life expectancy, as seen on the AFTD website, is 7 to 13 years. It is practically universally understood that the life expectancy for those that have FTD is several years, and the leading cause of death is not malnutrition, though that does play a part. Still, it is nearly unanimous that the average life expectancy is around 7 years and the leading cause of death is pneumonia. It is clear that either Gerard got his facts severely wrong or he is lying on the spot to make himself look good.
My mom was a strong as hell woman, and
The sad part is, everybody would probably believe that he just was misinformed, but nobody will ever trust him again, so people probably will question it. Unless you actually see the official reports from the doctors telling what it is, people should be, and he can't really get mad if people are openly critical of him because of that. Also, I need sand now. I guess red sand is fine. Rest is a sensitive thing. It is. Yes, this is why you don't lie about what your parents have. Like, I mean, like, it's just one of those things where I look at it and I'm like, why would you lie about something like that? Like, for me, if I can't be honest about something because it's sensitive to my safety, I just don't talk about it. Or I understand that, like, by talking about it, like, you know, it is what it is. I've told people there's been some minorly sensitive things I've said. I mean, like, I'm sure everybody knows somebody who's had parents with X ailments, and it's just like, you know, I know that, like, it still could be an element of putting myself out there, but regardless, it's just like, if I can't talk about the very sensitive events in my life, I probably just shouldn't talk about them, period. Because it's a bad idea and it leads to more problems than it can help with, basically. So just don't like. Did his mom have frontotemporal dementia? Probably. I don't trust him though, so I'd have to see what the doctor's stuff says. It's out there probably, so you know, it is probably out there to see. I just don't care to look right now, honestly.
She went down fighting every single step of the way. And more importantly, she is the longest lasting survivor to date with someone who's been diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia. They gave her 6 months. She said, screw you, I'm going to live 15 years.
Also a strong claim, considering that multiple sources state that people have lived up to 20 years with the disease. There is something fundamentally wrong with Gerard. The silver lining is that these statements here don't really affect anything. This story reached a limited audience, so Gerard's lies were hardly impactful. Though it does put into question why he was chosen as a director of the Open Hand Foundation while not being up to date with the facts around FTD. This spelled trouble when he further invested into the charity through his own fundraising campaign.
I want to do a big charity stream, and it is called Indieland. Yeah, it's called Indieland. This is a charity stream designed about indie games, for indie games, promoting indie games, but more importantly, why we love games.
While it was clear that Gerard was incompetent, at the very least, this event was beneficial for all parties. Though the goal was set at raising $25,000, Indieland raised much more than that.
Our final amount for Indieland, all the money tallied and everything together was $55,102.
Celebrity Jamie Lee Curtis even got herself involved as her daughter was an employee of Gerard's. Everything was looking well for the completionist and its ventures.
I don't want to say this is the year of the completionist because it's like a weird thing to say. Hashtag RIP year of Luigi. But this year has been our most successful year. It's just nonstop. We're going to hit 1 million subscribers in a couple of weeks. And that's something special.
A unique boon that continued to aid the completionist was his clean reputation. This was absolutely necessary when it came to his most viewed videos, which were oftentimes
Why
Nintendo
lie?
games.
People lie for the stupidest shit all the time. I'm gonna be honest with you. The most dumb, inane, stupid shit. I'm gonna be real.
His top 2 non-music videos are on Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey and boast 4.2 million and 2.7 million views respectively. While it is not irregular for coverage of Nintendo games to perform well on YouTube, it is uncommon for Nintendo to work with creators. A benefit of this was that Gerard was able to receive games like Super Mario Odyssey early, and being that his gimmick is not so much reviewing the game, but achieving full completion, though the definition of completion can vary from game to game. This is to say that Gerard needs much more time than the average creator to release his video. The window of interest tends to close the further the video releases from the game's release date. And while it is somewhat common for review copies to be given out, Gerard's privilege extends beyond that realm. Like for a few other creators, there was a master trainer named after him in a Pokemon game. That and Gerard was also being directly sponsored by Nintendo.
This video is sponsored and approved by Nintendo.
This felt necessary for Gerard's growing company that was looking to expand into the creator space by offering services to creators like managing the merchandise sales. All of these aspects were reliant on Gerard's glowing reputation. That's why in 2019, when Pro Jared was going through a scandal involving heavy accusations that at the time were not challenged, Gerard, seeing as he collaborated with Jared in the past, made a tweet stating he did not condone Jared's actions and donated a combined total of $15,000 to 3 charities. Also attached were the receipts received from each individual charity. If he donated this much in response to a friend's scandal, how much would he theoretically donate in response to his own scandal? Luckily, Gerard's reputation was so solid that this question could practically only ever be asked in theory. In 2019, Gerard was proud to, quote, report that IndieLand 2019's preliminary total earnings are $109,418, unquote. With now 19 employees allegedly working under the completionist company that won Video Entertainment, it was now more important than ever to continue this momentum. But 2020 YouTube had other plans.
At the beginning of this year in January, something changed on the YouTube front. YouTube algorithms. Surprise, surprise, right? Something changed. And
I can't remember what changed that
my
year.
channel went from performing as it normally does.
Was it in
to not
2019?
performing as it normally does.
What Gerard is complaining about in this video was a dip in views starting January 2020, except that is false. Looking back at his social blade for the month of January 2020 shows that his channel did not only perform well, it also performed virtually the best it had ever per month at 6.4 million views. Looking through a social blade also shows that the single month that had only ever performed better was January of 2019. February 2020, however, does show a massive dip in views of nearly half, but that is only compared to January. When looking back, hovering around 4 million is highly common for his channel. This is not the only time Gerard talks about this dip.
Was the PewDiePie hit piece in 2019?
2020 where he believes he knows what caused it.
We're going to go ahead and scale it back and do 6 videos a month, and then when we do a 7th or 8th video, it's going to be a different video that has a different vibe to it that is a lot more premium, that feels like the completionist, but the twist.
I don't remember,
And
honestly.
me doing that, it's been 2 months. My channel has dropped 45% in views.
Yeah, dude, stop making videos.
And I just didn't post 2 videos. That's all that's changed this year.
What Gerard is pinning the blame on here is where he would typically upload 8 videos, he was uploading less than that to focus on quality and experimentation.
Consistency
the facts are that he uploaded 7 videos in January. Except in this case, as shown, this month was his second best performing month despite missing 1 upload.
Not
But
sure,
what about
fair enough.
February? This month, the month that had shown the dip, which was not a dip because it was still in the same range of Gerard's typical views, had also the typical 8 videos. Gerard is either lying or is woefully unaware of his upload schedule. Perhaps he was thrown off by the 8th video uploaded on the 29th of February because it was a leap year. What this all means is that Gerard effectively uploaded a 24-minute video complaining about nothing. This also includes his
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't upload consistently. I mean, like, okay, I will say this right now. My views are down. Want to know why? Because I stopped uploading as many videos as I used to. Why am I not uploading as many videos? Because they're not what my audience really wants to see, and I'm focused on quality right now. So I'm going to stream a lot, and then if I feel like a stream has a good clip, I'm going to pay my editor to make it into one, which my editor's working on one right now. But it's just like, that's what happens. Typically, when views are down, the only, I mean, like the biggest attribute you have to ask as a creator is, are you making videos? Or like what are you doing? That's like the biggest thing you have to ask. I'm surprised he didn't actually think of that. Although, to be honest, considering all of the scandals he's in, I'm not really supposed to be surprised. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm surprised, but by the same token, I'm really not surprised. He's just one of those guys that, unfortunately, I guess, matches it.
Complaints about the Persona 5 episode. According to How Long to Beat, the average completionist time of Persona 5, meaning all the trophies, would take approximately 173 hours. Gerard wanted to go above and beyond by collecting all the love interest gifts. The issue with this was that you can only get one love interest gift per run. With there being 10 unique love interests and an additional cutscene where you romance all 10 at the same time, that amounts to beating a rather large game 10 times.
I guess the reason why I'm bringing that up is because
We don't have to 100% it 10 times.
I don't want to do it anymore. I do not want to play this game anymore.
Though he claims he started playing it since it was released and was further challenged to complete it after Indieland raised $100,000 in 2019, after 500 hours of gameplay, Gerard could not persist.
I do not want to play this game anymore.
So he issued a poll to his viewers asking what completion meant for this game. 91% stated that just getting all trophies is fine, which is what Gerard settled on when he released the video in May of 2020.
That's funny.
This single video is bursting with issues surrounding
my
time
thing is
management,
he should never have
business
done
sense, and fact check.
Well, yeah, JRPGs are like long for a reason.
Notorious. I love some 100% of RPG. Yeah, you shouldn't do like turn-based, especially JRPGs. Or something like Skyrim, where you go, gotta max everything out. Like, do I remember you did that? You do like once in a blue moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that all the time. Just fucking play it, bro. He had another account called I not completing it. Like, you could just make this is becoming too much problem, don't complete it. Quote unquote.
Yeah. I just find that funny. He's just like, I'm not playing this game anymore.
Yeah, because he even had a rating on it's bad to complete. Like, dude, you could have told yourself that really on and said you don't like to 100% this thing. Cool. Problem solved. You don't have the problem. But carry on.
That's just who he is.
Yes, I have.
Checking. To start, point 1 and 3 can be
You
bundled
do.
into one major issue, which is time to beat a run. This is more or less correct, if only considering the first fresh run.
Average playthrough of Persona 5 is over 85 hours, with my very first one tracking on hard mode taking me 110 hours.
But with New Game Plus, if run on easy and skipping dialogue as Gerard said he was doing, it should, according to multiple different accounts, take 30 to 40 hours. With Gerard's initial run of 110 hours, it should have taken Gerard around those 500 hours to beat the game as he wanted. If we're being generous with numbers and assuming that Gerard is absolutely inefficient with his additional playthroughs and truly takes 85 hours per run, that would be around 1,000 hours. Yet he overshoots this, with a number he could have only made up.
And I was starting to realize this episode would never get made, and I'd have to spend well over 1,200 hours to do this stupid task that I gave myself.
While these are all minute, rather unimportant lies, it does demonstrate once more that Gerard is a liar. And not only that, he has terrible business sense. Why even embark on such a large project with such an absurd self-placed challenge for a video that only got 1.3 million views?
Yeah, that's a lot of man hours.
Most viewed video, yet it was a video that took arguably the longest to make. As for the rest of the year, Gerard continued his Indieland charity and his viewership remained the same. January 2021, following the pattern of previous years, was where he peaked in overall monthly viewership, this time at 7.5 million views. A top 10 video about the top 10 worst achievements was responsible.
If DSP can rage quit games while saying he does full playthroughs, so can you.
It's like,
He was able finally. Oh, go ahead.
I'm mad. Right, you don't have to rage quit. It's just like, bro. Bro, you don't even have to rage quit. You can literally just, like I say, you can just. There's a line, right? And you're purposely making it hard. Okay, you want to do these cards? All right, cool. Don't. Just say it's bad for completion. You don't have to do it. It's not like you show them all anyways. Unless you're live streaming, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but if he's live streaming, he's not going to make money that way.
Well, he used to live stream a lot of these JRPGs, like Kingdom Hearts 2, and he'd do the gummy ship mission. He live streamed that because, they did their Let's Play run of Mother 3, and they live streamed a lot of like the longer parts. Because like, I have to grind for Ness's Lucas's super weapon, which is a random like 0.1% drop. All right, cool. Live stream it and just chat with your friends. And then while you're doing it, if you're going to do a completions video on it. The Persona one doesn't make sense because it's just like, literally don't.
Yeah. It's what happens when you let an autistic person... Actually, I don't know if he has autism. He might not. But it's what happens when you let an autistic person set a goal for themselves. It gets too big. Ugh.
Imagine being autist could be me.
I know.
For this peak. This is the perfect example of a low-effort, high-performing video that does not sacrifice quality. It still has Gerard's personality that directly relates to the subject matter of the video. However, after this month, his viewership would see a true decline. Never again would he see beyond 5 million views, and after February, that was 4 million. Gerard continued to look elsewhere for whatever could build his empire.
And I think the next step for us is, my ultimate goal is I want to get into the video game industry, gearing the company, using the Completionist brand to get people excited for games and to help indie developers who otherwise don't have an audience, just give them a place to grow. That's a big reason why IndieLand's
Holy
been
shit,
so
he's playing
successful,
14
because
music.
we're taking indie developers who are usually these 1 to 8 people teams that have no funding.
Gerard at this time was experiencing difficulties all around. Newly added, or rather appropriately diagnosed as he has had it since birth, was a syndrome that was reeling back with issues.
After 33 years of being diagnosed with spinal hemangioma, I was actually diagnosed with something called Blue Rubber Bleb-Nevis syndrome. Blue Rubber Bleb-Nevis syndrome is a rare disorder that consists mainly of abnormal blood vessels affecting the skin or internal organs, usually the gastrointestinal
His whole family's
tract.
broken, it sounds
The
like.
disease is characterized by the presence of fluid-filled blisters, blebs, as visible, circumscribed chronic lesions, nevis.
Gerard would need surgeries to quell these symptoms.
What the fuck?
While he had more than a fighting chance, the newest thing that he was involved in could at best be described as hopeless. Comcast was looking at the rising gaming content sphere and reduced that G4, an old defunct network famously focused on gaming before there was any competition, could compete in this industry today. The way they were going about this was greenlighting several shows that made G4 popular, such as X-Play and Attack of the Show. These would be hosted on YouTube and would sometimes be found live on Twitch. The only value this holds today would be in the original host to see where they are now, which they did, and it performed decently.
Wasn't that Uldaz Night
Launching
theme?
it as
Yes,
it was
I'm
would
pretty
be
sure that
virtually
was.
impossible, as it would have to compete with long-established content creators with teams of just a few people that have cut into their niche audiences that also know how to prioritize profits versus production costs. G4, on the other hand, had its own studio, it was paying for the hosts that were willing to come back, and though reluctant, brought on Gerard. G4 was also utilizing their dead channels with dead subscribers. And so Gerard's reveal trailer got a measly 36,000 views.
Got
Gus
him!
Johnson, another popular creator that was also part of the G4 team, was getting tens of thousands of views, where his main channel was getting anywhere from 1 million to 5 million views. Gerard's own G4-produced show, God of Work, where he plays a video game character set in an office space, was performing even worse. This is considering the amount of money that went into the production crew and the various actors and props involved. Even with Comcast's high-end slate of advertisers, this was a catastrophic failure brought on by the ignorance of a TV network that's traditional knowledge could not be translated into the online realm. Weekly, the budgets for the show would increase and decrease. There was no consistency in the studio, and changes in strategy of how to garner attention would happen on the fly. The max amount of viewers that the G4 stream got on Twitch was 64,000.
Oh,
in terms of television
that's
ratings,
so
this
bad.
is abhorrent. So its average viewership of 2,000
Bro shot
was
himself
a
in
complete
the
and utter
foot,
failure.
bro.
It did not help that the only way this content was reaching a larger audience was through controversial clips.
But maybe later we'll get to talk about Crypto Beefcakes, which is a project that you tie an NFT to a Discord account, and then if you're a positive influence in a community, it actually inflates the value of your NFT. So heaven forbid we have avatars and communities that encourage people to be kind and supportive to increase the value of something. But apparently, that's the thing that gets me canceled today, is caring about a new technology and community.
This guy sucks ass.
you're
I
all
hate
welcome.
him.
That's my time on this one. Yeah, it's okay to hate. I'm gonna sleep fine tonight.
To put things in perspective, these few comments...
I hate
did
it
not
when
beg
people are
the
like,
result.
"Oh, man."
G4's relaunch was doomed to fail. What it did do was give many...
Those kind of people make me want to pray for their downfall. Yeah, that too. That makes me like, man, I hope that you like fall on your face. Oh, I hate people like that so much.
Many channels ample opportunity to pick out these moments as the reason why G4 failed. The most common clip by far involved Frosk, a caster seen in gaming competitions who was known to stir up controversy and contempt in the communities he was involved in. Gerard, pushing for a female lead for X-Play, was seeking out an Olivia Munn or Morgan Webb, but what the producers decided on was Frosk. Gerard details that they did not have time to chemistry test or see how all the hosts for X-Play interacted, so the hosts were unaware of how they would present certain topics or how to interact with each other on camera like friends would. There was also a looming annoyance of the comments that were flowing in. Some stating that Gerard ate Morgan Webb and other derogatory comments that are normal and expected in the online space. But the hosts, like Frosk, typically having a line of separation and now having to deal with an active chat, took it upon herself to voice her frustration in an extremely poor fashion.
Every time G4 is brought up in various channels, even in this YouTube channel, we have the chat in front of us. I can see you. Without a doubt, there will be backlash because I'm not as bangable as the previous hosts. It's somehow
and
that's just
your entire
obvious
thing in the foot.
sexism. You don't need to explicitly objectify women or declare that you hate women to be sexist. Just go ahead and check out Thorne's latest meltdown on Twitter for some spark notes.
Frosk's near 3-minute-long rant was condescending, aggressive, and overly generalizing by
I just love
addressing the
how
entire audience
Gerard
with
is
the
just sitting
actions
there
of
having
few.
to take it.
And those that made those comments no doubt got what they wanted, which was a reaction. This discourse, while not entirely against Frosk, was not very beneficial for G4. It shrouded them in controversy, though that still mattered very little because
While G4 was doomed from the start, I personally attribute her as the biggest reason why they failed.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, there was no way it was going to survive, but she, like, killed it sooner than it would have, than it would have.
Had a chance. It was doomed,
I don't think
but
it did.
I feel like if they just stuck to do what was that one show they at G4 did super late at night? It was like that was show releases.
I can't remember.
It would just be it was like an hour of like nothing but It was like an hour of nothing but like random trailers where I saw Owen Sphere for the most time.
I'll be honest, again, I just can't recall, sadly.
Oh. And they did stuff like that. I was just like, do stuff that people like. Yeah, Cinematch. That was like the coolest shit. The amount of what games I learned about from that was crazy. Like all they had to do was have like a temporary live stream for like an hour every day of all like new trailers for the. They'd be set.
And yet she had to ruin it.
because they stayed on their course of failure. They lasted about 1 year as their closure was announced on October 16th, 2022.
Somebody announced
Not
them,
only was
the new
this how the
trailers.
internet at large found out, it was also how Gerard and the remaining G4 team found out that they had
Oh.
lost their jobs. This news
Oh man, imagine that. Gerard's like, oh fuck, I'm fired. Like, thanks for telling me on Twitter, bastard.
Oh my god.
Worst way to find out. Fired on Twitter.
I didn't even know about this G
I think a lot of people didn't know.
because I didn't watch G4. I watched his I guess like no one actually making stuff.
Yeah.
Came shortly after the completionist's second worst performing month in the past couple of years. 2022 also had the worst performing month where views for his channel dipped under 1 million. This was quickly turning around to be the worst year for the completionist and his company so far. 2023 was truly a different beast in terms of what it did to Gerard.
It really felt so personal, and at that same time that G4 exploded, I lost several sponsors. I was making that eShop video, and I was like, people wouldn't touch me because of the controversy. I had 2 employees quit / I had to fire one, not because I wanted to fire. I made it a goal as a business owner to never fire an employee. That was my number one promise to myself. I would never fire or get rid of an employee.
That's a bad
for
promise.
any reason. And I was looking at my finances and going, oh, I don't have enough money to do this.
I think we could, in this situation, say.
Oh, Nintendo. Okay.
Right.
I don't think you're fine.
I forgot he was on that.
Let go.
You had
Right.
to let go.
Let go.
If what Gerard states is true, his finances are now very tight. Whatever side projects he had were apparently not enough to pick up the loss of ad revenue. Though Gerard was still endlessly experimenting with videos to no avail, he decided on a different type of video that was extremely risky when considering his company's financial state. With the announcement of the closure of the Wii U and 3DS eShop, Gerard and his employees brainstormed a new Mr. Beast-inspired idea where over the course of several months, their team would buy every single available game on the eShops for these consoles before the closure. While there were a few games they were not able to obtain due to those games pulling out early, they certainly downloaded the majority of them, costing them a total of $22,971.
And that's half of someone's salary right there.
How much was
That
it?
they $22,900.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. Don't do that, chat. That's insane. That's an insane amount of money to spend on just games. I mean, like at that point, just fucking pirate the games.
It is unknown how much this exactly cost in man-hours or other expenses related to the multi-month long production of this video. Within the video, there were also themes of preservation and that the consoles will be donated to the Video Game History Foundation. While it is committed to them, they were not taking it in likely as in its current state, due to copyright law, there will be little utility.
They won't even use them.
How the Video Game History Foundation operates in relation to Gerard, but the bigger issue at hand was the cost of the video itself. Gerard, over the course of several months, was able to finance this through sponsorships.
Today's video is brought to you by our sponsor. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by today's sponsor.
Thank you and shout out to our sponsor.
But these sponsors were likely regular sponsors, not doing it directly to finance the eShop video. So $22,000 was spent on a video that currently sits at 1.4 million views. This means that it performed marginally better than its Persona video. This was a massive loss that was likely not profitable. At this point, virtually everything was working against Gerard. Sponsors did not come easy. Nintendo was not even giving him review copies. His views kept on dipping, and though he continued to experiment, these videos
Nintendo doesn't give anybody
so
review copies.
He
used to get them, I thought.
Gerard was.
Nah, he used to get them.
You know, it's gonna sound weird. Like I
think
have 5
Trigger
therapists.
Conroy might get them.
I genuinely have 5 therapists.
If Emil gets any, he doesn't say
well,
it.
each one's for something
I don't even
different,
think he
right? I suffer
needs
from
them 'cause he doesn't do,
codependency
like,
in my
user
never-ending
reviews.
ability to please people, to try and please my father and
Speaking of
the
Emil,
legacy that he's built for us kids. I have a couples therapy for me and my partner. I have my own personal therapist. I have a business therapist to help with consulting.
exists. We could use that.
And the last therapist is just kind of like an overall therapist that interacts with all the other ones to really track my progress and go through it.
Gerard's insecurities, his want to please his father, his biggest weaknesses were gripping him harder now that his company and career he had built up over the past 10 years were all failing. As much as he reflects on the fall of G4 and the backlash it got, this was truly nothing in terms of scale for this upcoming scandal that he would be the center of. Everything over the past 10 years would be dredged up, and a reimagining of his character that was so conflicting, no one wanted to believe it was true. This is how a charity exposed a fraud.
Oh,
And I just know.
by the way, that was basically the intro to the whole thing.
How
Because the
long
rest
is
of this video, an hour and 14 minutes, and we're 40 minutes in.
Oh, okay.
We're finally getting to the charity shit. I'll be honest with you. I probably could have skipped the first bit, but it was entertaining enough.
No, because of my track record of things like G4 exploding, me being friends with John Tron when he was a racist. You know, I've been a part of like, you know, Pro Jared. Like pulling one thread about the charity thing is going to upheave my entire life in a way that scares the living crap out of me.
It is November of 2023. Carl Jobst, a content creator who typically covers video game speedrunners and their falsified runs, received an anonymous tip. This person alleges that the Open Hand Foundation, the charity run by the Khalil family that Gerard raises money for every year, has not donated a single cent. This is a very bold accusation, especially since Gerard has stated in the past exactly how the money is being used.
We are raising money for dementia research and treatment, more specifically helping families and those loved ones who've been affected by
I like Craig.
early
Craig
onset
is cool.
dementia and who are learning how their lives are going to be changing forever. Raising money for dementia research. We're trying to help those who are affected by Alzheimer's, all types of dementia, and beyond. Specifically, families who have just found out that a loved one has dementia.
No idea, but he's eating and talking at the
raising
same
money for dementia
time.
research and prevention, specifically for people, for families rather, who just found out that a loved one of theirs has been affected by dementia.
Gerard stated 3 different areas the money was going towards. It was going to research, preservation, to those affected. Gerard also took the bold leap of stating exactly where the money was going.
Currently working with the University of San Francisco, and we're kind of one of their main funding support partners going into all of this.
Main funding partner, support partner. This is a very strong statement. Luckily, charities like Gerard's need to file what is called a 990PF. These files are made publicly available and can be found on the IRS website. Better yet, they can also be found through ProPublica, which gets the documents on there faster. It is here that you can find the most recent 990PF from 2022. ProPublica also has a very user-friendly interface that charts revenue, expenses, and total assets. Immediately, it is apparent that the revenue is matching the total assets, and the total assets keep rising, which means none of the money has been donated. But then again, third-party website-generated charts are not always the most reliable. Checking the actual 990PFs show that for 2022, the gross revenue was $170,000. The net was $106,000. This was added to the pile, which at the end of the year was, quote, cash non-interest bearing $655,520, unquote. Looking further down, the foundation truly did not donate a single cent. It was just sitting there. To make matters worse, it was not even being invested. This means on top of the money not being donated, it was actually losing value over the years as it was sitting in a bank account not moving. In disbelief, Carl Jobst emailed the Open Hand Foundation. What he got back was an email from Jacques Khalil, a board member and brother of Gerard. Here he stated that, quote, we have been evaluating potential beneficiaries who align with our vision. Entities that could use our funds efficiently and effectively without a substantial portion being diverted to administrative expenses, unquote. So it is again confirmed that the Open Hand Foundation, since its establishment in 2014, has not made a donation. Jock also details that they donated body parts, alluding to donating their mother's body to help with research. And likely through the PBD West golf tournament, they donated money before they were an official charity. Though insufficient progress was being made, so they were deciding to vet charities, hence the lack of a donation. Closing the response was 2 ill-conceived notions. Firstly was that Jock was stating that there are no irregularities or misuse of funds because the Department of Justice would intervene and that their financial activities are quote-unquote transparent.
That's not true about the Department of Justice. Department of Justice only typically jumps in if they think something is going on. And typically most people are stupid and smart and enough at the same time to keep that from being seen. So, you know, if you're an extremely stupid charity, they're probably going to step in, but some people are smart enough to not like show their pants down to the Internal Revenue Service. So I don't like that notion that they would step in, because most of the time, I'm sure that there's a lot of Americans who get shit wrong on their IRS forms, but they never get investigated because there's so many of them.
Also,
depends
on much.
Anyway,
This is true to an extent. While the expenses are listed on the 990 PFs, they are not itemized and or described very poorly and inconsistently. For example, on the 2022 filings, the major two expenses are golf fundraiser expenses and fundraising. What does fundraising allude to? Is that Indieland or is that a separate event? What about the 2021 filings? Well, these are even less clear, as even though more was spent in expenses this year, there are only two categories: dues and subscriptions and the blanket expenses. And in 2020, the expenses are only described as expenses. To the original point, this is not highly transparent, nor does being a 501c3 make one immune to deception or mismanagement. The second notion that closed the email was Jock asking Carl if he knew of any good charities the foundation could donate to. This is a rather strange question, especially considering that the Foundation documents demonstrate that every member of the board was responsible for seeking a charity to donate to. And to ask Carl Jobst is to insinuate that though they should have conducted hours upon hours of research, they could have somehow missed a charity for their very specific cause. This response only brought on more questions. Primarily, Carl asked about Gerard's statements that they were partnered with the UCSF, when in fact the Open Hand Foundation had still not donated anything, and on the Open Hand's website they were listed as a benefactor. The following email that Carl received was one of a far different tone. No Dear Carl and no warm regards. The email opens with, quote, UCSF is acknowledged on our website as part of our historical contributions, unquote. This is misleading. Unmarked donations from the Khalil family are not the same as the official Open Hand Foundation charity, which has still not donated anything. Furthermore, Jock, representing the Open Hand Foundation, doubles down aggressively by stating, quote, the insinuation of wrongdoing on the part of the Open Hand Foundation is both unwarranted and unfounded. We conduct our operations within the bounds of legal and ethical standards, and any implication to the contrary is baseless, unquote. Understanding how misleading the Open Hand Foundation is, Jock closes the email, cutting communication. Quote, we consider the information provided in our statement as comprehensive and do not intend to issue further public comments on these matters, unquote. With it clear that the Open Hand Foundation was attempting to hide, Carl Jobst wanted to break this story, but he wanted to make sure it had a fair number of eyes on it. This is where some ordinary gamers, or Mutahar, comes in. Carl calls him up late at night, providing everything he's found out.
What?
Mutahar, unsure about the story, considering Gerard's superb reputation,
the fake engineer
the
Mutahar,
idea to call Gerard through Discord and ask him about it.
So the timeline for it is like 2 p.m. I'm like, hey, Gerard, the completionist, are you ready for a call? He's like, yeah, give me a few hours. So we give him a few hours. In my head, I'm like, he's probably talking to a lawyer. He's not going to take this call. It's a lost cause. But surprise, Allah intervented. He was like, he's going to take the fucking call.
Did anyone tell
you weren't notified that the money was sitting there the whole time?
I knew it was sitting there at a certain point, and that's what made me proactively go about it. Like,
do you know when that point was?
I was made aware in 2021 when the money hadn't moved yet, and that's what made me go, that's not fucking cool, and that's when I got personally involved to move it. And
did anyone?
2021, last year, 2022.
There are two takeaways from the start of the call. Gerard found out that the money had not been moved in 2022. This is despite him being on the board and him running an event for the foundation. This is already negligent on his part.
So the goal on the back end for my family that I've been told is like, we're just going to raise a bunch of money and then give it to one org and like make a bigger impact rather than just giving smaller donations that don't move the needle.
I mean, as of this week, we've been having conversations about moving it as early as today or tomorrow, just because the pressure I got from you guys, if I'm being quite honest.
To break this down, what Gerard is alluding to is that his family wanted to make a restricted donation. Restricted donations are donations that go to fund something very specific within an organization. They are restricted to being used in whatever way the donor specifies. There are multiple issues with this statement, as the Open Hand Foundation has not, nor Gerard, ever mentioned a restricted donation. Many donations can be restricted in small amounts. There is no need to stockpile money. And only now is the Open Hand Foundation going forward with a donation because of the pressure Carl Jobst and Mutahar were applying. If this was the goal all along, then why would the discovery of it influence it? As much as this call revealed how unaligned the foundation was, it also revealed more of the dynamic Gerard had with his family.
The last thing I want to do is ruin the legacy of my family, of my mom and her memory, especially because this is such a personal thing for the last 25 years of my life. You know, I'm not trying to be like
Do you guys want money to help me hide this? It's not what this is at all.
As far as off the record stuff is, I'm gonna obviously keep, any mention of you and, your disagreements with your dad really out of it, because I know that's a very private, personal matter.
There is a deep conflict between Gerard and his family. There has always been this conflict. But being that whatever was being discussed is off the record and not in the publicly available recording of the call, it is not clear what this conflict was beyond wanting to donate the money sooner. Although throughout the years, Gerard has shown to be both fearful and approval-seeking of his father.
I am trying to complete something in my life. I am trying to fill a hole that's pretty large. A lot of that hole is my family and specifically the word legacy. So I have a one-man show called The Completionist Legacy, and the show is about my relationship with my father and how I am his living legacy, and that whether I like it or not, I am chasing this dragon that is to make him proud of me.
And to give you an idea, my dad would see me perform. I'd be like the lead of a play. I'd be the villain. Greasy beard. Combat scene, and we're fighting, and I die. And you just hear my dad go,
The base dad.
Maybe he needed to be laughed at more as a child.
oh, he's so bad. He's so bad. All of my teachers were like, this is why he needs to be an engineer.
Jesus Christ.
I want to have built
base
something
dad.
that's going to be a legacy. I want to build something that will always remind people of the completionist, but won't necessarily be that.
When family says you jump, you jump. That's just something I've had to deal with, as you can tell with my insane lifestyle at this point.
What will become more and more apparent is Gerard finds that there is a mishandling of the Open Hand Foundation, but he always weighs his family above his morals. He always weighs his image above his morals. This
Once this is over, probably I'll be done.
Oh, okay.
Insecurity of seeking approval from both his audience and family is his undoing. That and sections of the call would be construed as manipulation.
I'm just asking from a humanity perspective of, like, if I am the target of this, I have 20 mouths to feed. I have sponsors. I have a business. I'm trying to make video games. I'm trying to get out of content creation so I don't have to worry about YouTube anymore and do better things in the world. And I just know, because of my track record of things like G4 exploding, me being friends with JonTron when he was a racist, I've been a part of, like, Pro Jared, and I don't want to go home tonight and tell everyone, hey, there is a gigantic thing coming to claim my career, and you all have to close down and find somewhere else to do. I know this is shitting me to say this. I'm not trying to ask for sympathy or anything, but this kind of stuff, I mean, I've been following your guys' stuff for years. The stuff with Billy Mitchell, Carl, the stuff that you've done, Muto, with tons of content creators over the years. Like, there's no nuance to this. People are going to see this, and they're going to immediately go, that Gerard guy who's been nice to a bunch of people actually isn't very nice overall. Fuck him. Even if I survive this somehow, even if this is like, people are like, well, whatever, that's how it is. Yeah. It's going to take the passion out of what I do. People.
Why even bring up JonTron? Because I'm going to be honest with you. Hold on. Oh, goodness. A stretch.
Good stretch.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think people that JonTron used to be friends with bring him up as like a moment where they're like, "Oh, I feel so bad having known him and how bad he was." Just like, you guys are fucking stupid. You guys are fucking stupid, and you deserve all that is coming to you because you decide to act like that. Oh, excuse me. Oh. So yeah, I hate it when people act like that. Genuinely scumfuck. Okay, that's disgusting. Someone shared an image of me of a cookie that has spam cooked into it.
Why?
It's called the spooky. It's called the spooky.
That's current.
Spam cookie.
Cheers.
Ugh.
People aren't going to trust me ever again. I'm not going to trust myself ever again. And I'm just going to walk away from all this. Like, this is like me being like, great, so I'm out. Not just of content creation or being an online personality. I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna disappear and start over and never talk to anyone ever again.
Gerard disconnected halfway through the call. This is what Mudhar says before he's back.
I'll just say right now, there was definitely there was a lot of guilt tripping throughout that entire video.
Yes.
Or throughout that entire call. We absolutely have to cover this just for this fact that this is an actual piece of fraud. Like, this is legitimate fraud.
When Gerard reconnects, after levying his woes on Carl and Mutahar, he plays his hand and asks,
I take it that you guys are dead set on making pieces about this?
I mean, I'm definitely covering.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. I guess that's all she wrote.
This was all happening behind the scenes. On November 12th, Gerard, aware of the coming storm, streamed, keenly aware of what was coming.
If you guys ever wonder what I look like after I get destroyed by the internet for anything, I just do this as best I can. No, I just mean like if something bad happens and I'm like feeling sad.
You don't say.
Mutahar and Carl Jobst to release their videos.
Their website clearly states they support the UCSF, and they have a quote from David Kessler, the Dean of the UCSF School of Medicine, thanking them for their gift. But the interesting thing about David Kessler is that he was fired as the Dean of the UCSF School of Medicine.
You know what's funny? Gerard didn't even mention this in his video or refute this. I'm surprised he didn't try to refute this. It's just like, what the fuck? Gerard, if this isn't true, why didn't you just come out and say this isn't true? There's a lot of shit where it's just like, why are you not refuting this, my man? You are hiding things.
In 2007, 7 years before OpenHand was even officially registered. If they have been looking for a beneficiary since 2014, why has Gerard been claiming they support organizations across the world, including the UCSF and the Alzheimer's Association?
We are raising money for dementia research in honor of my late mom, trying to help folks who've been impacted by dementia, working with organizations like USF, FTD Association of America, Alzheimer's Association of America, and so many more.
Why is he claiming the money is actually given to people who know how to use it? Now that they brought it up, if the filings do show an accurate account of what happened, I do think this is illegal and would be considered charity fraud. Generally, taking money by dishonest means is considered fraud. You just can't tell people to give you money under a false pretense. And you can't wait 10 years until you're caught before doing something with it either. In this case, OpenHand lied for many years saying that it was funding organizations. It wasn't. Even if all of the money is still there, the actions of OpenHand were unethical and almost certainly illegal. And as unfortunate as this situation is, it does need to be called out, and there do need to be repercussions.
Carl Jobst's video also goes over some of the call, the emails he received from Jock, and incorrectly states that the 990pfs were not signed, which he later corrected. Though what the rest of the video presented was accurate, the reaction to it was initially somewhat negative. Friends of the completionist awaited his response, but a few were egregiously misreporting what was in the video. Pro Jared lying by stating that, quote, "This is horseshit." They're both making a lot of assumptions and accusations without being able to actually prove anything. Almost like they're presenting the worst and trying to give you.
I fucking love Pro Jared, man. That is hilarious.
It's
Oh.
him. Also a great content creator. I like him.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's fucking retarded.
No,
It.
he is.
They didn't bother
but
trying to reach out
for
to
the
Gerard
wrong
about
reasons.
it. No due diligence. Unquote. The irony was that it was
He's
apparent
not
that
your
both
kind of
Carl and
autism,
Mutahar called
Marco.
Gerard, and Jared would have known this if he took 10 minutes to watch the video. Mutahar addressed this and other unfounded criticism in his follow-up video 7 days later. Eventually,
sending
many
you some
creators
red
were
beam
reacting to
emoji.
the ongoing events, coming to the same
Okay.
conclusions that there was something wrong going
Open
on.
up.
As the internet continued to wait for a response from Gerard, the most they received from Gerard was him stating that he was holding on as best he can, reacting to the continued coverage of the story as it was coming out, stating that there will be a statement soon, but this could not come soon enough. Patience had worn thin. The most anyone was receiving from Gerard by late November was his continued statements on how he was doing. And then on the 30th, Carl Jobst released his video going over a newly discovered alarming inconsistency.
And so we just every year we try to raise as much money as possible, and then we go work with Alzheimer's Association of America, University of San Francisco, Association for FTD, which is what my mom had, FTD. So we've like worked with big and small organizations across the board.
It was now clear Gerard, when talking about the Open Hand Foundation in 2023, knowing that the money was not being donated, was bold-faced lying to his audience and friends on multiple occasions. Well, that was not the discovery that shocked the internet.
Indieland isn't the only charity event that OpenHand runs. In fact, it's only half of the story. OpenHand also holds a charity golf tournament, which pulls in tens of thousands of dollars in sponsorships every year. And the interesting thing about the money the golf tournament raises is that it seems to disappear. The main way the PBD West Convenience Cup Challenge appears to raise money is via sponsorships. Brands will pay the OpenHand Foundation to appear on banners and signs throughout the golf course, along with having the opportunity to set up tents and stands and have their employees play in the tournament. The PBD West Cup even tells us what these sponsorships cost, showing that different tiers give different benefits.
The crux of this is that the revenue of the Open Hand Foundation kept increasing. The amount Indieland was publicly earning was the lion's share of the 990pf's revenue. More and more, when subtracting the amount Indieland earned, the golf tournament, which was growing in the years prior to the introduction of Indieland, was now seemingly decreasing. By using the images of the yearly golf tournament, taking into account the posted cost of sponsorships and the participants via images of the event, the revenue on the filings was not matching up with how much should have been earned.
In the 2019 filing, Openhand only raised $123,000, which means that somehow the Golf Cup now only raised $14,000. Every single year, the Syzygy Foundation, the charity founded by Jamie Lee Curtis, gives a grant to Openhand. In 2021, they gave them $25,000. If you add these together, you get around $136,000. But shockingly, for the entire year of 2021, Openhand only received $136,000, which means again, the Golf Cup hardly raised anything at all.
Mutahar also did a lengthier breakdown of the subject. When given even generous earnings or the lack thereof, the numbers were still not adding up.
When you add in the grant, the Tiltify, you have maybe a few $1,000s.
You know, I just remember this because it was mentioned earlier in the video.
Hmm?
It's really crazy that Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter was working for the completionist.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Is that actually crazy, or is you just like? Anyway, let's get.
At best, like 15
doesn't-
grand that
just
1 year to
doesn't
play around with,
respond.
to cover a shortfall in the books. But when you add the golf tournament, especially the golf tournament, you're always exceeding that that revenue that's posted in the books, which again is bad. Where is the money? Why isn't all of it seemingly being reported? That's a question that I now have to ask.
While both Mutahar and Carl were wanting a third-party investigation, what was wanted for most was an explanation. The filings only show the revenue, but not the sources. It is not itemized. The same goes for the expenses that are widely undescriptive and inconsistent with their descriptions year after year. And on the back end was the fear that the family was pocketing the money. There was a possibility that the money reported was not even there, that it was stolen. This was quelled when the AFTD, or the Association for Frontal-Temporal Degradation, announced they received $600,000 from the Open Hand
I don't know why I'm
Foundation
just
in
so
December.
suddenly tired.
Maybe they ran it down and did not include the
tired myself,
$55,000
honestly.
that was reported in the 2029 IPs that were still not up to date,
It's a bit
meaning
of
that
a
they did not
video.
report on the 2023 golf tournament and Indieland. But perhaps this was to be donated at a later date for some tax or expense reason. What this did not resolve was the loss of value from the money just sitting stagnantly in a bank account. In this way, the donation is still less than what it could have been. Additionally, when Pro Jared was going through his own controversy, Gerard donated $15,000 on a whim when he was truly not involved at all. It is also possible that Gerard's company is dry, that it has lost so much money from its projects in 2023 that Gerard could not donate additional money if he wanted to. There was so much speculation that was meant to be silenced by a response which finally came December 9th, 2023.
To set the record straight, I want to make it 100% clear. At no point in the Foundation's history was there any criminal or financial fraud. None. A lot of folks have been saying that if I didn't do anything wrong, that I should have said something sooner, or that my conversation with the accusers was considered my full side of the story. But when there is allegation after allegation being made, it takes a long time to gather the evidence and facts to refute claims. This will be my only video response on this matter.
Though Gerard
It was not his only video on the matter.
positions the delay of this video as a necessary requirement for its fact-finding, his video containing virtually no receipts, itemized breakdowns of the filings, nor clarification for his own lies shows how incompetent and ignorant he is. Though Gerard does make it quite explicit that he is not involved with the golf tournament.
My father runs an annual golf tournament, and this golf event hasn't always contained a charitable component, but has always been in dedication to my mother to bring awareness to FTD. I would often be present at these events, but beyond giving an occasional speech, I was not and still am not involved in any of the event planning. I want to stress that not a dollar raised from Indieland and its supporters was ever used on anything to personally benefit me, my family, or any of our companies.
This is a very strange statement that implies no wrongdoing on Indieland's part, yet negates to bring in the golf tournament into the conversation. What's more, Gerard did attempt to clarify some of the numbers, though the lack of receipts did not do him any favors.
In 2019, the Foundation reported 100.
By the way, this video that we're seeing right now, Gerard said he thought that video was good enough for his audience. The video that had 0 receipts in it and did not provide any form of backing to his claims.
Crazy. That's crazy style. Bounce on it. I'm slowly losing my mind. Oh, sorry. This. Look. It's a long video of a lot of nothing. I'm not giving June crap. It is what it is. And all this could have been solved by him just immediately donating the money. And yeah, my bad.
No, of course. I mean, that's the easiest. And like I've had some people asking me what I want. It's just like for him to have apologized and to take the high road of saying nothing. But he decided to act like a douchebag, and kind of
Also,
upset at him for that.
I've switched this over to the just chatting screen. Want to see it? Game it to you.
You have a do you have a just chatting screen that's really cool?
The truck.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Want to do podcasts in it and call it In the Truck.
I like the little me. I forgot. Is there like a individualized version of the little me that you can
No,
send me?
Sumi didn't make one. The only ones I have individual of are Ray and Louie down there. I can
You
move
should
them.
ask for it.
I'm late. Mine now. Can't have it. I could
I like that.
probably go in and cut it out
Found you.
if you really want it. I can go in and cut it out for you.
It's cute.
I'll go in and cut
You
it
don't
out.
have to do it, but like it's very cute.
I think Gabby there next to you is cutting into you.
Yeah.
Sumi did those on the fly for me. So Yatra holds great offense to the fact that Duo was on top of her.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue. We're almost done. We're almost done.
We're almost there.
$23,816 in
I'm saying that mostly for
This is
myself now.
correct. The 990 PS for 2019 does show that exact amount for the revenue.
But the accusers alleged that $14,000 is unaccounted for. Our books do reconcile, and these accusations are the result of bad math and missing information. The 2019 Indieland's net proceeds were $82,409.19.
Here's where the issue lies. In 2019, the year in question, Gerard stated on Twitter that the preliminary earnings from Indieland were $119,418. Preliminary earnings are net earnings. Yet somehow he states the net earnings for 2019 were actually $82,409. That is a $27,000 difference. But perhaps Gerard meant gross earnings. But when checking the 990pf's expenses, they were not $27,000 for 2019, they were reported as $13,000 in total for 2019.
And when combined with $31,371.55 in revenue from the golf tournament and $10,000 from a direct supporter, it adds up to $123,780.74.
Using Gerard's prior statements, the lack of reported expenses still doesn't add up, and Gerard still fails to provide a receipt even after this video came out. On the topic of expenses, Indieland throughout the years was making the bold statements alongside Gerard that all the money was going to the Open Hand Foundation. And even in Indieland 2023, he reiterated this.
Thank you, Burning Link, for the Prime. As a reminder, all bits and subs, including Amazon Primes, go towards the charity as well. So it's all a pass-through, all going for a good cause.
Yet in his response video, he said this.
Income from Twitch subscriptions and bits, along with merchandise, have offset some of the production costs.
It is common for fundraisers to recoup the cost for events, though it is uncommon for fundraisers to claim all the money goes untouched, then turn around and use the money.
Gerard taking donations to pay for Indieland is not only him spending donations on himself, it's him paying for something that he directly...
See, I think at that point he just was not listening to a lawyer at all, because I think a lawyer would have told him just not talk about it.
Well, I think
I was told, by the way, that this man had a law team that apparently was helping him through this. I don't agree that he did, and I would want like an actual like bit of proof showing that he had correspondence with lawyers to tell him things.
Yeah,
because a lot of the even this the most recent video, bad. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, he definitely had a lawyer.
Well, like I said, I was told by somebody that he had a lawyer. I don't believe it. Because if he did, or either he had a lawyer and he did not listen, because a lot of the things he chose to say, I feel like are very bad things to say when you're in the middle of an FBI, or not an FBI, a California investigation. Who did he hire? I don't know. I was just told.
It was the Department of Justice.
No, hire as in like hire to represent him against the Department of Justice.
Oh, yes.
Like, I think it's the issue of in his brain, it's like, oh, make a public statement, clear it all up, it's gonna be perfect. No, just whatever. Or
yeah, this is why you don't do that.
Which it bothers me so much that these people are on the. I understand they aren't from the old internet. I know they weren't on the. They're from the YouTube age. They don't understand that you just don't say shit. Either you say nothing, because like growing up on 4chan, 4chan maybe.
Saul Goodman's brother. Saul Goodman's brother would have actually been a good lawyer. Chuck was a good lawyer, and you can't convince me otherwise.
Bad person.
He was a bad person, but one of the best lawyers in in Albuquerque. Oh goodness, I gotta stretch again.
I'm so beat. Just chatting screen.
Okay.
Benefits from. But besides, what he spends that money on is ultimately irrelevant. He said he would give that money to charity, but instead, he spent it. That's fraud, that's theft, and that is embezzlement. And what makes this even worse is that he would then go and lie, trying to take credit for paying for everything himself.
So for those guys who don't know, we had a show last year, and it went great, but it was very expensive, and TOBG covered the cost of it, but we have kind of a rule of like, we want to make sure that like, as we do charity events, that we're not costing the charity organization or really anyone outside of our awesome sponsors. The guys at FlyQuest who've been so supportive, we want to make sure that the money that we do raise actually goes to charity and is spent properly.
Carl's video has 3 minutes of clips back to back of Gerard stating how all the money was going to charity. While some of these clips can be excused as Gerard states proceeds, which can mean net or gross income, it is clear that Gerard was misleading his audience and that he was recouping the cost for Indieland. Regardless, going forward, Gerard stated that he was stripping the charity aspect of Indieland. One of the few receipts he did provide was an autopsy report that none of the content creators requested.
When my mother passed away in 2013, we donated her brain and spinal cord to the same academics and doctors we worked with to further advance their research. There's a link in the description to her autopsy report that confirms her brain and spinal cord were both donated to science. This was an extremely personal decision for us. Because of my family's history, we had considered all legacy efforts that we had personally made to be a part of the Open Hand Foundation's history.
With as much confusion as there was surrounding the scandal, there are two things that are reinforced as fact in this video. Gerard is a liar, and even when apologizing, he inaccurately portrays what he's apologizing for.
Look, any way you say this, action needed to be taken. And to that point, I'm sorry. I'm disappointed that I was not more straightforward regarding the Foundation's timeline for making donations, and that I made statements potentially implying donations were made when they had not yet been.
Gerard was stating that these were applications, or something he suggested indirectly.
The only person who had done this right was Pro Jared. Oh, I agree. Pro Jared is one of the very few.
Their main funding,
which is why it was so dumb seeing him like side with Gerard like that.
Money was not being donated.
Especially after Gerard.
This was in 2020.
The funny thing is Gerard kind of threw him under the bus. And then Pro Jared just kind of like sides with him all these years later after all that. It's just like, you know, I guess Pro Jared is a cuck
or a real
as well as a homewrecker.
Pro Jared wasn't a homewrecker.
He took Commander Holly away from fucking what's his name. And then he also cheated on his wife, I think.
No. His wife, they were in an open relationship beforehand, and it was the other way around. I think it was the wife got jealous. And I do agree with the Commander Holly. I don't know about the Commander Holly and Ross side, because I wasn't sure if Ross and them were in an open relationship as well. Again,
Ross, I don't think Ross knew. I mean, like, the problem is that we don't know. Because I don't think he ever talked about it.
Yeah, that part I don't know about, but I do believe Rubber Ross is open. Okay. I don't believe he cheated on his side because I believe both of them were they agreed on open relationship, I think, at some point, or vice versa. So I don't think there was
Ross. No, I don't think Ross.
No. Pro Jared's side.
Well, Pro Jared, yeah, but he's different. What I'm saying is, like, he was technically a homewrecker for his buddy.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, that's fair. That I can agree with. I like I said, I don't know what Ross and Commander Holly were. I don't know what's fucking going on there. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't know. Imagine why someone would cheat on a partner with a guy who looks like Sid from the Ice Age chat. That's mean.
Hear me out, though. It's the nose.
All right, let's continue.
When Gerard knew he was lying.
Boy with my dad in honor of my mom who had dementia. And so we just every year we try to raise as much money as possible, and then we go work with Alzheimer's Association of America, University of San Francisco, Association for FTD, which is what my mom had, FTD. So we've like worked with big and small organizations across the board, and he was like, it'd be really cool if we did a show all about raising money for people who are making huge headways. And
It gets worse and stranger. There's a tweet where Gerard states that he raises a total of $600,000 to $750,000 yearly for various charities. These unproven claims are entirely bizarre, but don't exist in a vacuum, and Gerard's continuous lies only provided fuel to Carl Jobst and Mudahar's response videos.
Most of Gerard's video is him going over information unrelated to me, my videos, or my claims. He hardly addresses my concerns about the golf charity event money, essentially saying, we didn't take the money, trust me bro. He provides no bank statements, no accounting, nothing. Apparently, we just have to take this proven liar at his word, which unfortunately, I'm not willing to do.
It literally requires you to take this man's word, which over the course of this whole investigation has shown you should do anything but take his word.
Yeah.
Without actual receipts.
The internet finding out that Gerard was a liar was certainly shocking, as was Gerard's threats.
These allegations were made by individuals who self-admittedly aren't even financial or legal professionals. These allegations are slanderous, and we believe we're done with selfish intent.
What a pathetic bitch.
Gerard closing the video in such a way only served to strengthen the disdain of him, though this aggression is thought to have been pushed by his brother Jock, who was supposedly seen on Reddit, stating that he was the one going to push the lawsuit.
My brother was the aggressive jock named Jacques, who was 5'6", but like jumping in the face of the biggest quarterback, headbutt first into them. So that was kind of, abrasive guy.
Those Reddit comments no longer exist, so beyond a screenshot, it is hard to prove that Jock was continuously instigating. As for the rest of the Completionist Reddit, what was once a subreddit dedicated to the discussion of completionist episodes had turned into a place to follow the ongoing drama. A mod, exhausted with the ongoing discourse, made the announcement that any new post related to the ongoing drama would be removed, going as far to interject their own selfish reasoning. Quote, these last several weeks have been very difficult on me, having to sit by and watch people tear down a person that I have talked with personally multiple times, as well as someone who had been a cornerstone of my life for over 10 years now, unquote. And there were attempts to shift the conversation back to the completionist episodes, but Redditors were not so enthusiastic to engage in such conversations. At this point, the mods just set the subreddit to private, and a newly erected Completionist 2 that allowed free speech filled the void of its predecessor.
LOL.
It was here that a 5-minute long compilation of Gerard stating all the money was going to charity could be found. Additionally, it was discovered that Gerard was removing comments talking about the charity in his videos. In terms of lessening the backlash, this was hardly effective. Also in December, his character was removed from the indie game Sea of Stars, which there were memes made about. Mudahar released a call with Gerard, and various creators that either knew Gerard
getting removed from a game like that. Oh man, that really hurts.
There was even a harddrive.net article about Gerard 100%ing his career. But Gerard did not seem to think so. After a break following his response video, he released a new completionist video in January of 2024.
Before we start today's video, I want to recognize that I know that I have lost a lot of your trust at home. And I want to spend as much time as it will take to rebuild and re-earn your trust. It's going to take time, but I'm willing to put in the commitment, and I hope you give me a chance. So with that said, thank you for being here, and thanks for watching. Everyone who knows me knows that Super Mario RPG is one of my favorite games of all time.
That awkward transition between lightly addressing heavy allegations to then shifting to the completionist series did not win over viewers. This is made clear by the top comments he forgot to delete. On Reddit, there was a particular comment, or rather post, that was garnering attention. Greg Wilmont came back from the abyss to comment on the situation. Quote, I'm happy to say that my hands are entirely clean in this situation. This whole ordeal is one of the exact reasons why I had to remove all of my videos. I had a feeling that there would be some sort of controversy associated with that family after my departure, and I wanted nothing to do with it. Unquote. The other channels Gerard was involved in followed suit and announced they would be continuing without his involvement. Gerard has continued to upload videos despite them being poorly received. His Social Blade shows that his views have fallen to 500,000 a month, and his videos, though they have been rebranded to exclude his image from the thumbnails, cannot wipe away the stain of a serial liar. On a stream in March, he expands on where TOVG is now.
I've made the tough decision to close down the office. And so we're in the middle of closing operations and moving everything to my house. And so we're kind of trying to build like a completionist set, if you will, in my garage.
Where he once posted all the employees that worked on his videos in the description, now in current uploads, none are found. Though the charity money at minimum was donated, this scandal changed his image. Where Gerard was once viewed as a pillar of the community that had the purest intentions, has now been rebranded as a pathetic manipulator who will lie on a whim to enhance his appearance.
So sad.
Gerard is untrustworthy, irresponsible, and morally conflicted. And at most, Gerard is a fraud. Thank you again for War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to play for free on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox using the link in the pinned comment or the description of the video. There's also the massive bonus pack for...
Cool.
Well, Akko. That was fun.
Chad, I feel bad because I was planning to start building my thing today, my Yellowstone build. And I spent all day gathering materials and cleaning up this area. But you'll start to see it come together on Wednesday when I do Hump Day. So I already did all of the research that I want to do to start putting it together, and so now it's just a matter of finishing the flattening of the land, which I'm not going to do too much more flattening. I'm going to be real with you. I'll probably do some more mild terraforming of the mountain. Although I think what will happen is I might just put a shell around the mountain here. Make some torches so mobs won't spawn. Alternatively, I don't know. Oh, goodness. Gotta stretch. Anyway.
I got nothing done today. I was unproductive.
Congratulations.
Oh, my friend Magnus in Alaska is like, Monday morning commute hazard. This jaywalker strode right in front of me. Had to slam on the brakes. Literally a moose. You don't fuck with a moose, bro.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Alka, who are
Oh
you raiding?
goodness.
I know. Raid. Unless you have someone you want.
On Twitter, on YouTube?
Makes you. Sadly, I can't raid on YouTube.
There's nobody on YouTube, so I'm not gonna raid YouTube.
Oh no. Unless you have somebody dead.
What's their username?
Reading the site. Why did I just see DSP as dark side Phil? And there is. Yeah, they are.
Did you DM it to me? Oh, there. Okay. Okay.
They're nice. They're cool. Rating them. I don't do it in the streams. You do it in the streams
They have
though.
a bigger chest than me.
Yeah, they're number one.
All right, chat.
They're there on the side of my truck. They got at the post.
Yeah. Chat, I will see you in about an hour and a half for movie night. We're gonna be watching Austin Powers. I'll see you guys.
Goodbye, everyone.
Have a good night, chat.
Thanks for hanging out, Loco.
You're welcome.
Goodbye.
Bye.